BDS has fallen. We're not going to be doing a... Guys, it's not a team list. Oh no. Oh no, we're ranking all the players. We're ranking all the players. Not sure why there's a Europe bubble. I mean... There you go. That's all we need. All we need to know, really, isn't it? That's really all we need. We just call it there. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning into the stream today. Hopefully you had a good time. Yeah, let's find somebody to raid. Have a good rest of your night. Obviously, there's been lots of people who are or who have been putting out lists recently. A lot of people have been putting out their versions of these lists, whether it's North American players ranking their teammates and the rest of the scene, or European players doing the European one. And there's some very suspicious rankings in all of them. So I'm just here to set it straight. I'm unbiased. I'm very well known as being unbiased, actually. Probably more unbiased than any of you could even imagine. So I'm here to do it properly because somebody has to do it. You know, somebody just has to. We've got like Kaydop putting all of his French friends in S tier and like everybody ranking their teammates high. Like, I mean, come on. We can't trust these pros, man. We can't trust these pros. They're too suspicious. Just do EU before the Europeans go to bed. That's a good point. Okay, that's the best argument and the best reason I've heard so far. Let's just start off with Europe. So, okay. What we're going to do today, if you just tuned in, we're going to rank all of the RLCS pros. There's a lot more pros here than we're actually going to need to rank. Some of them are just unknown because they're either too low rated to be on the tier list, or they're not even active anymore. But yeah, we're going to rank all of them. There's Europe and America. There's a couple of Middle East players in there as well. We're just going to go through this pretty quick because there's so many names. But yeah, first things first. If you aren't familiar with Europe, the concept of Europe, there's actually other countries in the world. Like if you could zoom out on a world map, like the one they give you in American schools just has America in it. But actually, if they zoomed out, there's a lot of other countries out there, and that's where these guys are from. So we're going to start off with that. And you guys in chat can spam just where you think these players go. We're just going to do it in alphabetical order. So we're starting off with not Europe itself, that is just a placeholder. How do I delete this actually? Can I delete this? I don't think I can. Where's the bin? Where's the bin that I could put this in? Just leave it at the end. Get them out of the way. I'm just gonna get so triggered having to look at that all the time. Okay, a Chronic. Where do you guys have a Chronic? Portuguese player who got most of his success on Godsmilla's team and BS Plus competition in the third split for RLCS X. Looks like everybody's going A or B for a Chronic. B for a Chronic is absolutely, that is a tragic rank. I don't know why anybody would put in B. You can make a case for A, I think. I really think it's between A and S, to be honest. I think a Chronic was phenomenal in the last split. But for now, I'm going to put him A because I think S and GOAT are going to be... I mean, GOAT is going to be a very, very limited amount of players. And then A, I don't think I could put a Chronic in the best of the rest, like the best non-GOATed. But he's got to be A. There's no way the Chronic's B. This guy carried. Yeah, I think he's got a great future. Okay, we're already on to a Middle East player, Ahmad. Where have you guys got Ahmad right now? I think for the purpose of this, just since I can actually rank a player, well, so that I can actually rank a player, I guess we just have to look at the tournaments that he has had recently. But we'll give him also the benefit of the doubt. I'll be doing this for a few US West players as well, by the way, so keep an eye out for that later. Everybody's saying B for Ahmad. I thought you guys were going to say C or D, because recently they've been struggling in competitions, but I'm going to put him B because it's pretty clear that right now the current meta for threes is a nightmare to play with a ping disadvantage, with demos and boomers everywhere. So but if we're looking at only results on the European server events, I think you'd probably go C. But if you're going to rank European players based on what they've done on the wrong server, they'd also be lower rated. So I'm going to put in B at the moment. But I think these guys both have potential to be S easily. I think a Chronic and Ahmad S and over, no problem. Right, Alpha 54. Where have you guys got Alpha at the moment? All S's and goats for Ahmad. All S's and goats. It's a really interesting one, actually. Really interesting one. I agree. I think it is S or goat. I think I gotta go goat. I think I got to. This guy's just too good. He's just too good. Vitality, they won the championships. I want to give myself a little bit of credit. I didn't predict them to win the championships because I think that would be pretty crazy to predict somebody to beat BDS after the season they had. But I did predict Vitality to make the final, which was easy. They just smashed Top Blokes. I mean, nobody should be surprised by that, given the form Top Blokes were in, and the fact that Vitality showed up for every tournament they needed to show up for. Once they actually qualified and guaranteed their second seed for Europe, they didn't have great results, but they'd already secured second seed, so it didn't really matter. But before that in the season, I think Alpha was great. And yeah, gotta put in my goat. Before championships, it would be S. Well, actually, in current form, this fly is really annoying me. If you wonder why I'm punching air right now. Before championships, his form going in was probably A, but for the whole season, S. But you got to have a little bit of recency bias because recent results are the most important, especially when it's championships, the biggest tournament of the year. You have to give that more thought. So I'm going to put him there. All right. AppJack. Where do you guys go? AppJack. What do you guys want me to do? Where do you guys want me to put him? No. Who said not enough data? What? Wow, there's like a huge range here. I mean, some people are trolling with D, but there are a lot of people who I think are seriously saying C and all the way up to S. Now it's normalizing to A and B, and I think A and B is probably correct. It is A or B, and you know, just like Alpha, you know, based on if you're only looking at his recent form, he'd be like here. But like going into championships, so he didn't play championships, so I think I'm going to put Jack A. I really rate him. And Dignitas didn't make championships, they didn't make the last major, but they were actually extremely close. They didn't get it done, they didn't clutch it up and win those games, but they lost in game 5 twice to not make major. And that was with Violent Panda, I believe, not playing Rocket League Locks. He had an injury. So now, yeah, I've got to put Jack A. Just have to do it. But yeah, they barely missed out. I'm not taking ones into account. This is only threes. If I'm taking ones into account, AppJack's GOAT, obviously, but I'm putting him here. Yeah, I did see AppJack beat Daniel. I saw that. I told you guys it was going to happen. Let's take a moment to talk about that just briefly. I told you guys that you have to wait until a tournament before you can start putting Daniel in the top 3 1v1 players. I told you guys that Tournament Khalid, Tournament Jack, Tournament Joyos are different. You guys didn't believe me. And now Khalid beats Jack, Jack beats Daniel. I mean, I told you so. So for once, I gotta be right again. I've got to flex for a bit. All right, where do you guys put Archie? Where do you guys put Archie from Top Blokes? Also, Jack9826, thanks for the 3-month prime. Appreciate it, man. Yes, it's all S or GOAT again. For me, this one's actually easier. I'm putting him GOAT alongside Alpha. I don't really have to think about this one as much as Alpha because I think, well, Alpha and Archie, both of them, the biggest thing keeping them away from GOAT for me and in S is their work ethic. Because I saw Archie like after the Guild win, after they beat Guild in championships. I can't remember whose stream it was. He's saying, yeah, look, they put in more hours than us and we beat them, so clearly less hours is the way to go. I mean, that's just nonsense, Archie. Come on. I know you really want that to be true so you can slack, but we all know that's ridiculous. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. So really, come on, work on the work ethic. Alpha, same thing. FIFA 54, he was nicknamed for a reason. But, you know, they put the work in. I really rate Archie and his performances this year throughout. He was just easily the best player in his team, one of the best players in the region. Without him, that team wouldn't be even close to the top. So, got to put him up there. Okay, Arju. Where have you guys got Arju? You still have an injury from 6 months ago? Fair enough. Fair enough. I didn't know that. Get well soon. You guys really gonna say C for Arju? Solid E, says Archie. I don't even have E, so that's interesting. I don't know, I feel like Arju's underrated. This is surprising. I feel like Arju's very underrated. You know, he performed well on Mouse back in the days when he replaced Scrubkilla. He helped his team to great success, and then they removed him from the team for some reason, which I thought was crazy. And they didn't look any better for it. Then he found another team that he was successful on. Ixo himself and Mateen were looking like a killer team. Definitely I think they were likely at one point. It looked like they were likely to get top 6, but then they had a string of bad results, and I think the atmosphere must have got bad. I don't know anything about that team behind the scenes, but I think Arju, Ixo, Mateen must have had something going on behind the scenes because they just couldn't get their heads in the game anymore. Ixo, you guys think Ixo carry? I don't know if Ixo carried. I really think Ixo was great in that team as well. I don't think any of them carried though. I don't think any of them were like the absolute, like, you know, the Iconic of the team, the Archie of the team. I don't think so. I think Arju is actually an underrated player. And C or B, but right now I'm leaning towards B. I might move players around later, but I think Arju is a very solid player. And I'm putting him B when I look at some of the other players that are coming up. But yeah, recently I might have to put him C when I start putting other players on. We'll see where it goes. Atomic, right, guys, where you want Atomic from Team Queso? Atomic's a funny one. Atomic's a really funny one. I had my eye on him for a while when Queso were doing well. I was extremely impressed with Atomic, but I had a few conversations with people about who they thought the best player in the team was. Nobody said Atomic, and I was thinking in my head, Atomic's the best player. I think Atomic's the best player in Queso, most effective, most consistent, but a lot of people had like his teammates VK Salin and Demensa ahead of him, but I don't. I think Atomic S. Atomic had a great season. I was super impressed. I think he's a great player. I think he definitely had you got to put him ahead of a Chronic and AppJack right now. I think he's S. Queso had a good season. And I think, spoiler alert for where I'll rate his teammates, but I think Atomic's best in that team. That's EU Atomic. Okay. Astral. Where have you guys got Astral? Who has now joined... What's this org called again? Carmine or Carmine Corp? I've actually never heard of this org before until they joined Rocket League, but I hear they're massive in France. Yeah, Astral's an easy one. Goat. Easy. Like, come on. Not even a question. I think chat was pretty unanimous in this as well. And I have L2 PT thanks to the Prime. Welcome to the channel. Alright, next. Billy. Unknown. I mean, below D or unknown. I mean, I don't know. Scrub saying goat. Scrub, get out of here. What's going on with that? What's going on? There's no way. Billy slander's not allowed. What can I say? Alright, Bluey. Where do you guys have Bluey? Can you have VIPC? Do I have to wait 20 seconds to type? Wait, there's a slow mode on? Do we have a mod in here who put slow mode on? 20 seconds is too high. Could we change that? Do we have any mods? I don't even know how to change that. Like, maybe like, it's on 15 seconds. Can you do like 5? Just so people don't spam too much. But yeah, Bluey for me. I'm probably gonna say C for now. Put him C. Need to see more from him to put him higher. Need to see more from him. Alright, Burrito B, inactive. Breezy. Where do you guys have Breezy at the moment? You think Bluey's better than Arju? I don't know right now. Nah, you can't say that. Unknown. Scrub, get out of here. C/D. Okay, we're gonna start going faster because I just realized we're only on the letter B in Europe. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm putting Breezy next to Bluey. C for now. I'd probably put him like ahead of Bluey in this. I'll rearrange this later. I don't even know if I can. It's not working. Right. Calyx. Where do you guys rate Calyx? Who's Calyx? He played with Bluey and Tadpole for most of the season. I can't remember who he plays with right now. He's not an unknown. He's not an unknown. He's actually had some results, so I'll put him D. But, you know, he's not inactive, or I don't think Billy's had any results. I think Calyx won a grid this season, so I'll put him here. He's known, but he's also, I think, D. Calyx greater than Billy? Yeah, man. I think so. Billy is superior? I don't know. Billy's better. A lot of Billy fans in here right now. Hey, Billy might be better. He might be, but he's got to prove it. He's got to put the results in. I've not seen what's Billy's results. Have I missed something? Right. Well, while you guys are telling me that, we've got 2 Catalysms. Right, where do you guys want to put the first Catalysm? Archie wants some A or B, so we could actually do that for you. We could put one in A and one in B. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go remove the second Catalysm. Oh, I've messed up the alignment here. Oops. Oh, for goodness sake, I keep messing it up. There we go. So I expect people to get this one wrong. Everybody's saying B, C, D. I think Catalysm is looking really good right now. I don't think I could put him into S, but I'm putting him in A. I think Catalysm looks really good. I was, well, maybe not surprised, because actually I'm not surprised at all. I was about to say I'm really surprised that everybody's talking about Tox for the Germany team, because Catalysm and Ivan and who's their third again? I've forgotten their third. Ryzex were putting up a chain of good results, and everybody was saying, whoa, they're getting Tox for, what do you call it? They're getting Tox for IWO, and he's going to be the best player in the team. And I was like, no, he's not. I don't know if he even was. Like, I think Catalysm looked really, really good there. So I think Catalysm's looking very, very good right now. Extremely solid. Very impressive. Alright, Chausette 45. Formerly best player in the world. Where do you guys have him now? Love how every time it's like a fellow pro, you guys, all the other pros in chat are just like, unknown. Got him with the unknown once again. Everybody's saying B for Chausette. I think you probably have to put Chausette A. For most of the season, he was not having a good season. I think start of the season, Chausette was horrendous. I'd never seen him so bad. He just missed the ball in defense, like a ball that I expect my ranked teammates to hit. And he got better at the end. I think his last major was very, very good. And then they, of course, had a screamer of a series against Cassio. So I think I'm going to put him A, because they finished the season very good. Just like, you know, Alpha. People call it recency bias, but it was the most important events of the year, so you have to use it more. But he's not S. I think A is where I'm going to put him. Okay, you guys, Chippy. Where are you going to put Chippy? Who's the Chippy team? Is it Chippy or Billy and Chippy team? I can't even remember Chippy's team right now. Did he just get dropped? I think Billy and Chippy were teammates, right? On Wild. Regular Alien, thanks for 6 months of Prime. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for swinging by from YouTube. Also, give me my drops. Thanks for the 13-month Prime. I probably have to put Chippy in unknown as well, because I don't think they had any results. I don't think Wild had any results at all that I'm aware of. And players who had no results, like no deep runs, no top 8s, no good grid runs, nothing, I've got to put them in unknown. Unless they look like they're picked up by a good team in the offseason, but he broke his wrist. That's unfortunate. I hope he recovers, man. Hope he recovers. But yeah, these guys just didn't get any results, so I've got to put them unknown. Okay, CRR. One of the names I cannot stand saying. Cur. I wish he would change his name. I really do. CRR, change your name. Make it CR8. Wouldn't that be great? Just change your name. CRR is so hard to say. Yeah, everybody put him like B or something. Looks like. I might actually put him C. I think I will. I was impressed with CRR and Dorito at the end of the season. I'm gonna put him B. Okay, Dead Monster. Where do you guys have Dead Monster? You say it well in Spanish? What is it in Spanish? I mean, hey guys, this is not 1v1. This is 3v3. You can't have Dead Monster B. It's 1v1. No, I mean it's 3v3. Dead Monster's 3v3. Honestly, right now it might be unknown, but not for the same reasons as these guys. It's literally just unknown. Like I don't know where Dead Monster is right now. Because he looked like he was having a decent time with Coxer and Arju in the IWO qualifiers. They actually won the first big qualifier, beating some pretty good teams, so that's a result. So I could put him here next to Calyx because I don't think Chippy and Bluey had any results at all. Dead Monster actually won a pretty stacked qualifier. I think it was best of threes though, or something. So, and yeah, I don't even know what team is he playing with. He plays with a lot of Italian teams. I'll put him in D for now because he did. I think the Italy team did look pretty good in IWO, so I'll call that a result. But I rate Dead Monster. I think he's got potential. He's a great player. All right, Divo. Where do you guys have Divo at the moment? I think Kaydop put Divo in S. Kaydop was like, "Yep, this guy's former world champion. Go!" Even though like I think these are supposed to be on current ability. Maybe Kaydop was doing like all time. Yeah, I think you got to put Divo in A as well, or maybe B, to be honest. I don't know. I'm gonna put him B because I don't think he was as impressive as a Chronic. No, he wasn't as impressive as a Chronic, or Chausette, or Catalysm recently. Yeah, I'm putting Divo B right now. I would put him ahead of all these guys in B, but I'm putting him in B. Because Guild kind of had a bit of a fall off at the end of the season. Played the best for the regional win. I don't think he did, Archie. I don't think he did. For champs, I mean, there's really nothing positive to say about Guild Championships at all. Like saying Divo played the best for Guild Championships is like saying, you know, I can't think of it. I like it's like saying Guild. Divo's the best player for Guild of Champs. I was trying to think of an analogy, but there's nothing that compares to how badly Guild did at Champs. So I've got nothing. I've got nothing for you, mate. So I'm gonna put Divo in B for now. I mean, if I put Divo in A, I'm gonna have like everybody A. Like so many players are gonna be A and above. We gotta be a little bit more selective here. Okay, Demensa. Where have you guys got Demensa? A or B, everybody's saying. Well, you gotta look at like who this is. So now we've got some names in ranks. You gotta look at, okay, whose season do you think Demensa was similar to? Arju, Divo, CRR, or Chronic, AppJack, Catalysm, Chausette? I think he fits way better here. So I'm gonna put Demensa A. Dorito, I gave a bit of a clue as to where I'm gonna put him. I'll give you guys a chance. Where do you want Dorito? Demensa can't be higher than Divo? What do you mean? Of course he can be higher than Divo. Of course he can. I think Demensa had way more impact than Divo this season. Well, but not way more. A little bit more. Yeah, Dorito goes beside CRR. I think they're both very, very similar in how good their seasons were. Okay. Ixo. I might bump some people from A up to S if S is just totally empty here. But where do you guys have Ixo? A Chronic, you say that, but I don't know what exactly you're disappointed about. Like you said, CRR and B and Demensa and A. I don't know if you're telling me I should rate them higher or lower. Not sure. I don't know what exactly you're upset about there. Everybody's saying A, B, or C for Ixo. I think Ixo at least has to be a B for me. I think he was successful. He looked good on multiple rosters. So he's minimum A, but I think I could even go higher with Ixo. I think overall, as the whole season, I think Ixo had a very good season. The only thing that's stopping me from putting him straight away into Atomic is just because I want S and GOAT to be very exclusive. And I think these are all players who didn't quite have that good of a season. But Ixo's, like, honestly close. I think Achronic and Ixo are the two that are closest to S in this bunch. I would probably organize it something like this at the moment. Or this. Can't do it. It's not letting me change them. But Ixo could be S. Maybe. Is he S? Was Ixo the best player in SK Gaming? I think he was, right? I think Ixo performed the best on SK Gaming. I think he was probably like marginally the best player in Galaxy Racer as well. See, everybody says Tox was. I don't think that's true. I casted a lot of SK Gaming, and Tox so many times was just a liability. I don't think Tox is better than Ixo, and I don't think he was better than Ixo for SK Gaming. He might be better as a player, might have more potential or something. I don't see it though. I think Ixo is by far the best player. In fact, I'm convincing myself to put him S. Because Achronic came out of nowhere at the end of the season and he had a very good split. Ixo had like multiple good splits on two different teams. He was in top 6 on one team, then joins SK, finishes off the split in top 6. I think Ixo, yeah. I've convinced myself. I'm putting him in S. I think Ixo is very, very impressive. Okay, Econ. Has Econ got any results? He's a French player, I believe. I always get him mixed up. I don't think he's got any results, does he? I think he's got to be unknown, because I don't think he actually did anything, so he has to be unknown by default. Same thing with Emery. I don't think he had any results at all, so it's got to be unknown. I think like Econ probably is higher. Did he have any results that I can actually like put him in? Because I think he is. I think he's probably higher, but yeah, I don't think he had results, so I'll just put him in here. I mean, Burrito is literally retired. There's going to be a very wide range here of players who just didn't have results versus players who are literally retired and haven't played the game. But yeah, Train Hard. I don't think Train Hard did enough anything of this year. He's on a top 16 team. It's not that impressive, is it? I don't think it's impressive enough to warrant putting him outside unknown. Even though like the reason it's called unknown is because there's just like you can't really. There's no results against the good teams. I might have missed something in the off season that has Econ here. Probably have. I know yeah, I'm gonna put him here. Maybe I'm supposed to put Billy here as well, because like Chippy, Burrito B don't play. I don't think Emery's had any results at all. So how does that look? Is that better? Putting Econ and Billy out of unknown, because they probably like belong next to Calyx, I would say. Chippy was in the same tier as Billy. Yeah, but he broke his wrist or something, didn't he? Isn't he inactive because he broke his wrist? Like, if somebody's got a broken wrist and injury, you gotta like, you gotta rank them down. They're literally not playing. I didn't actually know that until somebody said it. Maybe it's maybe somebody's memeing on me. Oh, he broke like 1 week ago? That's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. But nah, I'm gonna stick to what I had before. I think this makes more sense. This makes more sense doing it like this. They didn't have results, so I can't rank them. Right. That was after the season. Still, I'm taking after season results, like Dead Monsters IWO team is doing quite well. So I'm putting them up here. Don't think, maybe, did Econ have a good run in IWO? Can't remember if he did. I can't remember if he did. I don't know all the results, I'm putting unknown as like I honestly don't know. Not sure. Wait, did Econ win DreamHack? Was that his team? Was it his team? Was he playing with Zen? He did! I knew there was something. Oh yeah, I'll put him higher then. Okay, great. I really wanted to do this, but I just couldn't think of anything. I couldn't think of a single like thing. But no, you're right. He played with Zen, didn't he? And Exotic, right? Was that a team? I think it was. That was a big win. Well, yeah, it was Melashisu. Melashisu. I always get it wrong. Oh, it was Exotic, Mellow, and Econ. Okay. I'm taking your guys' word for that. I'm not going to fact check you. So, I was looking at his name. I was like, what has he done? I knew he'd done something. Okay, anyway. Extra. This one's easy. Where are you guys putting extra? This is very easy. Not even a question. Goat. Extra. Goat. This guy's crazy. Easy. Next. Okay, Fairy Peak. Stop at the extra ranks. What do you want? Where do you want Fairy Peak, guys? Goat, fairy, goat, 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 goat. Everybody's saying goat. I don't know. Did Fairy Peak have as good of a season as Extra, Astral, Archie, Alpha? I don't think so. I don't think he did. You gotta be honest. But hey, listen. Fairy Peak is like a goat. He is. I think we all know this. Like, Fairy Peak is one of the goats of Rocket League. But the fact that it says goat here is a bit misleading. Like, it maybe shouldn't say goat. Maybe it's a bad word. It was on that by default, so I'm blaming the guy who wrote this. Because we're not actually doing an all-time list. We're kind of like leaving goat 'cause it's a cool word, but this list is actually current ranks. And you know, for current ranking, you do look at recent results and recent seasonal results. But I'm putting Fairy Peak S ahead of these two, but I'm putting him S. So I don't think he had the seasons that these guys did. In fact, for a lot of the season, I think Fairy Peak was very unreliable. Very unreliable. Like, Alpha had to do everything for a while. They won our LCS. Well, yeah, they won on one day. But you can't just look at only championships. List wrong now? Nah. Okay, guys. Let me just, like, make an example. Chat. Where does Squishy belong? What rank is Squishy? We're not going to put him in. What rank is Squishy? Let me see. What do you guys think? Squishy. And just like that, everybody's saying A or S. Everybody's saying A or S. Oh, but he won our LCS. But he won championships, guys. So by your logic, he should be GOAT, right? No. That's not how this works. Just because you win championships doesn't mean you're in the top tier of current players. Now, I think Fairy Peak does have... Like, if you look at his career, and if we look at his continued career, I'm confident that he will continue to be ridiculously successful. But based off current results, or recent results, and performances, I don't think you can put Fairy Peak in the same tier as these guys, who were just, like, completely carrying. Fairy Peak didn't carry. Just because Garrett and Justin are better than Kaydop and Alpha? I don't know. I think Alpha probably did more for his team throughout the season than any NRG player did for their team, for NRG. I don't know. I'm putting Fairy Peak S right now. But I obviously he's a GOAT for Rocket League. Or obviously. This is just like a badly named thing. I shouldn't have wrote GOAT. Maybe I'll change it. Shall I just change it to this? Will this naming convention make people happier? There we go. S and A. Sorry, I just downranked everybody. Justin was 1v3ing a lot? Not at all. I think Garrett G was unbelievable as well. And a lot of the time completely outshone Justin. So Alpha was pretty much never outshone by either of his teammates this season. Anyway, we're talking about him for too long. Pharah. Where do you guys have Pharah? Kaydop put him in A. We won't be doing that. But where do you guys think Pharah belongs? Where's Exotic? Yeah, this guy, whoever made this list, forgot Exotic. Can I change one of the others to Exotic? I don't think I can. I can't change this. People saying E, nah, come on, that's ridiculous. Look, comparing Pharah this season to Dead Monster and Calyx, that's insane. It's gotta be C or D, I think. Gotta be C or D. And I think probably C, to be honest. I think it's, I think people underrate him. I can't believe you guys are like, Fairy, GOAT, Pharah, F. Like, come on, what? You guys are crazy. Like, it's not that big of a gap. I think, you know, we might see this change. But it's either like top of C or bottom of D. I'll put him bottom of D for now because D's got less people in it, but it's pretty close. Chronic saying, Johnny, I know results mean a lot, but Pharah over CRR. Well, there's no but. It's just like, yeah, results do mean a lot. It doesn't matter who you say is better. If Team A beats Team B, you can't say, oh, well, yeah, but yeah, Team B are better though, so. Obviously, they're better players. They just lost because they're unlucky. Like, no, the results are what matters. You got to look at results. You can't just like use your own opinions of players, like only. You have to look at results mainly, and then when the results can't really decide, then sure, you can be a bit more subjective. Anyway, Flame. Where do you guys have Flame for this season? Why is Fairy A? Because their results weren't all that special. The reason I'm putting Alpha up here is because the results were, you know, good, and then he was phenomenal. Flame, bit of an interesting one. Because their results were going down. So, you know, start of the season, Flame was looking pretty good. The whole team were looking pretty good. End of the season, probably more like here. This isn't across all of our LCS, guys. I'm looking at our LCS results, obviously as one of the factors, but we're not ranking people's seasons. We're not just ranking people's seasons, we're ranking current, like, how good are they right now, based on our LCS results, like, more importantly towards the end, any, like, relevant stuff they've done in the off-season. What did Flame do in the off-season so far? What did his team do in IWO? I can't even remember. I think I'd probably put him next to Pharah right now, because they really fell off a lot. And yeah, like the trajectory for top blokes was pretty clear. Flame looks good in scrims. It doesn't matter who looks like what. Scrims are irrelevant. Completely irrelevant when you're making a list like this. Scrims are completely pointless. But yeah, he's kind of like Pharah for me. Like between these two ranks, and I'm trying to make it spread out a little bit. So like I could have put them here, but because there's less people in D, I'll just put them in D, because if they're top D, bottom C, doesn't really matter which one they go in. All right, Freaky. Where do you guys have Freaky? We're slowing down. Now we've done some damage. NA is coming up. NA is like here, so we only have 4 more rows. Everybody's saying D. So you have to look at like, okay. No, he's not an E. I think Freaky's probably a D right now. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. D looks fine. Fruity. I think Team Liquid like probably didn't they make top 8 once, so I'll put him here. Put him in E. I think they have like results, so Godsmilla. Or do you guys want Godsmilla? Yeah. Right next to Freaky, I'd say. Right next to Freaky, just makes sense. Bench. Dude, we're not gonna bench him. Okay, Hibs. Where do you guys want Hibs? See, Hibs played a breezy all season, didn't he? Scrub saying B because he's got no clue. What other unknown from Archie? Okay, of course. Hibs was a bit of a weird one for me. I didn't really know what to make of Hibs all season, because sometimes he'd look really good, then other times he'd be completely useless. But the whole team was kind of like that, like Singularity. Some days they'd be like, oh wow, they're looking pretty good. Another day and they're out without doing absolutely anything. But yeah, they did win a grid, so I'll probably put him above. Like, more successful season. I mean, See, I put Calyx here. They won a grid, but it was a lot longer ago. I'll probably put Hibbs with his mate Breezy here. Probably like this. This is getting too stacked. We're moving Econ, relegating Econ. Relegating Econ. See, he's way too stacked. Everybody's like, all the UK players in chat especially are like, what? My friend got ranked lower. Got ranked lower than someone who I'm not that friendly with. Anyway, Hyder. Don't think he had any results, so he'll have to go down here. Don't think he had any results. Correct me if I'm wrong. Itachi, right? Itachi. That's a good one to talk about. Where do you guys want Itachi? Why are all the UK people up and it's 2:30 in the morning? True. Very true. Okay, yeah, some people are saying A, some people are saying B. I think those are the fair options. Now, I'm leaning more towards B because towards the end of the season, his team were not doing that well. And I don't think he's put in any off-season results yet, have they? I expect a lot from this guy, and I expect a lot from him and his new team with Astral and Stake. But for now, I'm going to put him B because we haven't seen it yet. At least not that I'm aware of. We haven't seen it yet. He definitely didn't have a comparable season to these guys, in my opinion. Like, I think a lot of the success that... Yeah, a lot of the success that Giants had was before Itachi was even on the roster. They had a lot of success with Tox, and Itachi came and they had more success, then they fell off. So, I think he had like one good split. Achronic over Itachi. Yeah, like, gotta see the results. I think Itachi, like I said, I expect after like one tournament that his team plays, we'll be like, there it is. Alright, he's A. Maybe S. But for now, I haven't seen it, so I gotta put him down. Okay, Ivan. Where do you guys have Ivan? He plays with Catalysm and Rysix, I believe. I don't know, FCB weren't that impressive, Archie. Plus, that was like the first split, so it's not as relevant. Are we saying D for Ivan? Yep, I don't know. I never really see too much from Ivan when I'm watching this team, but yeah, his team's doing really well. I'm gonna put him in D, probably round about here. Right. Jarias. Where do you guys want Jarias? We've got low B, high C, top 7. That's an interesting thing to say on a tier list stream like this. I'm going to put him next to AppJack. I think they're pretty hard to separate, but I would put AppJack ahead of him. I think he had a better season. And you could make a case for Jari as being high C. But I think they're pretty close. Joyo. What is Joyo's claim to fame? Didn't they like beat BDS one time? Didn't they qualify for grid and then beat BDS and lose to everyone? I think that's what they did, right? So he's either like... Is that a result that we can put him in E for? I don't know. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is. Howard did make grid though. Didn't they come last? Sorry, Monkeyman's still not recovered from that loss. They finished 9th in grid. Did they actually? How many teams were in grid again? Was it 16 or 12? I can't remember. Joyo won a few tourneys this offseason. I think they like had one tournament that they won. Where they beat SRG. But I don't know. Yeah, we'll put him in E. That's a result. But barely. It's barely a result. It's not as big of a tournament win as the qualifier that Dead Monster won. Right, Just Us. Where have you guys got Just Us? Who's Just Us playing right now? Is it still Mikeboy? Ocelon. Is that their team, right? Or did they change their team somehow? Why are people saying unknown? Oh wait, it was just as with Chippy and Billy. You're right, actually. I swear he was teamed with Mikeboy at some point this season, though. Who's he teamed with now? If Chippy Billy just has disbanded, who's he teamed with? Let's put him with Billy and Chippy. Okay, right, guys. Cash. Where do you guys want Cash? Ah, yeah, Cash Mikeboy Ocelon. That's who it was. I was one ahead. In my wallet. Hilarious. Well done. Well done. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't put Jesse in here, true. Yeah. C or D are the ones being voted for. I think you gotta go high C. This guy is closer to B than D for me. I think Cash is looking pretty good right now. And he's actually looked, I think, good on multiple rosters as well. So I rate this ability of a player. If a player can look good on multiple rosters, then they're probably the reason. You know, they're probably good. If a player is good on one roster, not very good on another, then maybe they were getting carried in the roster they were good at. So I think that is something that I think weighs well for Cash for me. But okay, let's continue. Cassio. Yeah, this is for 3v3 only. Yeah. Cassio's a bit of a weird one for me because it's really hard to see. I mean, Archie just did so much for top log, so it's hard to know how good Cassio is. Hard to know how good he was with that team. But yeah, I'm gonna put him in B. I'll split AppJack Jory's maybe, or like he could be even like somewhere around Itachi. I think yeah, he's looked pretty good. And yeah, like Roniki said, that's something else. Another thing I was thinking of. He's also been good on multiple teams, and he had a pretty good showing in IWO, I believe. Can't remember. Wasn't he playing with Monkey Moon and Exotic? They look decent in the French qual. Didn't make it obviously because they lost to the RLCSX champs. Okay, Kaydop. Where you guys go, Kaydop? Did I already do NA? No, NA's coming up, man. NA's coming up. We're getting there. What are you guys on, man? What are you guys on? You guys don't make any sense at all. What is this? What is this? I ask where you guys rank Fairy. Everybody says S. And then I say where you guys rank Kaydop, and everybody says A. Like, where's the consistency? Twitch chat. Where is the consistency? Okay, let me ask you guys another question. Who had a better season? Kaydop or Fairy? Who had a better season for RLCS? Kaydop or Fairy? I think this is very easy to answer. A lot of people saying Fairy easy. Nah. It was Kaydop. He's still A, but he had a better season than Fairy, I believe. He was better at the championships. He was scoring all the goals. He was, just banging in. It looked like prime Kaydop. He was just smacking goals in Monkey Moon and BDS net. And yeah, throughout the whole season, I think he outperformed Fairy overall. I think Kaydop had a better season. But you guys are all like, oh, Fairy GOAT, Kaydop A. Like, come on. Kaydop had a better season, and you can't. When you compare their careers, they're almost the same. Even if you look at the whole thing, all the time they've teamed together, I should say. If you look at their career together, I think they're very comparable. I've got Kaydop ahead of Fairy right now. Carrion, another French player, who I think is a pretty good player. But I can't think of any results. So I'm going to put him next to Econ. I think you guys are probably going to be quite happy with this. But has he got any results that are willing that put him into this row? I don't think he does. With Solari, he did have result. And not really. That team was very disappointing. So many people are saying, did you already do NA? NA's coming up. We're going to put NA in the same list. Kryptos. They're not like a currency or something. Anyway. Coxer 97. Goat. I don't see goat. I removed goat as an option. It was confusing people. Ah, Coxer. Ah, man. It's gotta be E, man. It's gotta be E. He's not unknown, obviously. He's got results. He had the same. He had the same result as Dead Monster in IWO, and I think they made. The Wolves made top 8 one time, so there's that. But so did Fruity. Fruity made top 8 one time, so you know you can't put him any higher than this. But yeah, Coxer. Gotta be E. It hurts. But gotta be E at the moment. Luis. I don't think Luis has any results. I think he's a phenomenal player, but I don't think he's got any results. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does Luis have results? I don't think he does. Oh wait, was Luis in the Coxer team? Of course. Did he play with Coxer? I can't remember. When they got top 8, did he? Because I could put him here if they did. No, he didn't, did he? I think it was like Oli, Coxer, and someone else. Who was their third? It was Cox, Oli, and something. Cox played in his place. That's right. That's right. I knew there was a connection here. Rix Ronde. That is correct. It was Cox, Oli, Rix Ronde. Okay. Monkey Moon. Where do you guys rate Monkey Moon, and why is it unknown? Luis did beat Calyx, Khalid in a ones tournament, but we're only thinking about threes right now. All right, let's skip the formalities. No results, I believe. Mark by 8. Where do you guys have Mark by 8? What? Scrub, what are you talking about, man? Mickey tier. Mickey tier. I just know I'm gonna get so many people mad right now. I know I'm gonna get so many people mad. There we go. Mark is A. Top of A, guys. Not S. Top of A. Top of A. Championships. Big choke by Mark. Big choke. Probably low S going into champs. Top of A coming out of champs. But you gotta take champs into account. Big choke. Whenever I see a double commit from BDS, it's usually Monkey Moon coming in to take a ball and then Mark by 8 cuts him off and does something pointless. But he's just like hitting the ball sideways for no reason. And then Monkey Moon, I just see Monkey Moon going like on the face cam, you know? But he could do that because Mark's not there. That's the great thing about like when you're not in a team house with your teammates, you can just be like, you can't say anything in Discord because that would tilt them, but you can totally be like, mute the mic, then just be like, right, back to game, you know? Just then be like, unlucky, just be really positive. But yeah, sometimes some frustration from Monkey Minute Mark because he's like cut him off and done something completely pointless. So I think he causes a ton of problems for the opponents, sometimes a few problems for BDS as well. Has one bad event. It was only the main event of the whole year, mate. It was only the main event. You're talking about it like it was some weekly tournament. Oh, he has one bad performance and you rank him down. Well, of course, it was the biggest event of the whole year. It was the big one. And he beamed it. Of course you take that into account. Are you crazy? Alright, Melashisu. Anyway, continuing. I think he is right by these guys. Just the French squad over here. Because I think, didn't he win? Somebody told me Econ, Melashisu, and Exotic won a tournament. So yeah, they can just go together. Mezza. Or have you guys got Mezza Norris? Then Fairy and Kaydop, you're not taking it into account? Well, I am. They won the thing and Kaydop was great. Kaydop in championships was insane. He was almost as good as Alpha in championships. I was super impressed with Kaydop. And no, it's not all time. I'm gonna actually move this around a little bit. Probably like this. What do you mean my reasoning is so inconsistent? Provide an example. You can't say that and not give an example. Anyway, you guys all saying C or D for Mezza. I'm gonna say D. He was definitely C for most of the season, but endpoint really fell off as well. So you have to take that into account. We have to use all the information given. Literally what I just did for Mark Fairy Kaydop. I don't know why you're finding it so confusing. Here's Fairy Peak before championships. Here he is. He's probably here, not looking like he's playing that well. And then, oh, good championships. He goes up. Here's Mark before championships. Championships happens. Boom. Kaydop before championships. Probably here. Does amazingly well. Second best player in the grand final after Alpha. It was Alpha, then Kaydop. Of course, you have to like move players around based on the biggest result. It's like, it's a no-brainer. Okay, Mikeboy. Where do you guys want Mikeboy? Archie wants him in G-Pat. Where's Exotic? I don't know, they forgot Exotic. I would have put Exotic in D probably for current, but I think he's... Exotic's like an Itachi player. Like I'm ranking him like this because that's what he deserves right now, but after the next tournament, I would not be surprised if he's here, you know? Like there's some players after they play one more tournament, I think they're going to go down. Some players I think are going to go up, but this is their current rating. I'm not going to go and predict. Like, this isn't predictions. This isn't, so guys, after the next tournament, this is what the tier list is going to be. No, I'm just doing it for right now. Anyway, Mikeboy. So he was playing with Cash. Don't think he was as big of an impact player as Cash, though. Was Mikeboy playing in Oli's team for IWO? Oli, Tho, Mikeboy, wasn't it, right? I think it was. So... I don't know. For me, Oli and Tho were the two. I think Mikeboy wasn't the... Well, I think he's playing with two really, really good players. So, yeah, Mikeboy's kind of always been like outshone for me by players in the teams that he's in. I think I'm going to put him here. Yeah. I'm going to put him here. Wasn't it Violent Panda? Well, now they're playing with Violent Panda. They got rid of Mikeboy. I think Mikeboy's still got a team, so maybe they didn't get rid of him so much as they just needed a player. They got Panda. So... Mateen. Not seen much from him in the off-season. Has anybody seen much from Mateen in the off-season? Yeah, Mikeboy still works. Where do you guys have Mateen? So I think Mateen is also underrated, but I'm not gonna put him as high. I don't think I'm gonna put him as high as Arju. So I'm gonna put him here. Could I put Mateen here? Is Mateen that underrated? I don't think so. This is getting pretty stacked. D tier is getting very stacked, actually. I might have to bump some people up into C. And it would have to be Flame if it was anybody of these guys getting bumped up from here. But yeah, Mateen I think is underrated. It's hard for me to say. I could see this as well is another thing that I'm pretty okay with. I think Mateen's a good, like he's done alright. He did well in Galaxy Racer, did well, and the team fell off. But yeah, it's either bottom of C for me because Arju of course had the success with Italy. I don't think Mateen had any off-season success, so I'm taking that into account. Success in multiple teams is something I really, really like to see. Yeah, it's either this or this. Might move it around, like I said. Magnus. I don't think he's got any results. Didn't he retire or something? I think he retired. Did Magnus retire? Nachitao. Is Nachitao still playing? I'm not sure. I don't know if he is. Is he? Have I seen his name playing? I don't think so. Right, here's one. Nolly. Where have you guys got Nolly? Our boy from Liverpool. Liverpool? I really need to work on that accent. I used to be better at it, I swear. He's alright. You guys all put in Nolly B or A. I think one of those is right, and I think the one that's right is A. I think Nolly had a great season, best player in his team, and he also, he's had success in multiple rosters. So I like Nolly. Okay, Oli. This is an interesting one. So he got a top 8 with Coxer in RLCS. And then off season he got second place at IWO with Tho and Mikeboy. So if we're looking at just results, you'd probably have to put him in D, I believe. Yeah. Then you'd have to put him in D based on results. But I've been really, really impressed with Oli. I think he's, like, individually just stood out, like, more than Mikeboy on that team that went far. So I'm going to put him probably even ahead of these guys. Yeah, I've been very impressed with Oli. And, like, this is one that I'm quite comfortable seeing go higher. I could even see him at, like, top of C, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him go up further soon. Over CRR? Yeah, I think so. But yeah, it's tough. This is a tough one because if we're looking at just his results, I think, you know, he got the same results in RLCS as Coxer. Similar. But then, of course, he had the IWO result as well, so we can bump him up for that. But then, obviously, he also had, like, if I'm looking at how well he did on those teams, carried the team that he played with Coxer. I think he also carried the team that he played on with Mikeboy. So I'm going to put him a rank up again because I think he carried. But it's just like whereabout in C. I'll probably put him here, to be honest. I think Oli's really good. So yeah, it's a tough one to rank because I think he could be higher. Like, people will be thinking, whoa, you're putting him at the very top end. This seems a bit of a stretch, but no, I think you can make a case for being higher. So I'm holding back here. Okay, Khalid. I talked about Ahmad earlier on, right at the start actually. So Ahmad, based on like recent results, would probably be similar to what I just said for Oli, right about D. But since they're able to do this all with a ping disadvantage, putting him up a tier for this, because that is ridiculously impressive in the current meta. Yeah, Khalid, I think these guys are super close. Super close. If anything, I'll put Khalid ahead because I think he was more impressive in the recent tournaments I've seen. Ahmad is like, you know, the guy who's like sometimes completely destroying everybody by himself, sometimes no, it doesn't show up. Khaled's very consistent, so I like consistency. I'll give him the edge for now, but they're interchangeable. Okay, we're going to continue faster here. We're almost at NA. We've got 2 more rows here. Then we've got North American players. Ocelon. Where have you guys got Ocelon? This is just 3s, yeah. No problem. Thanks for the 34-month tier 1, by the way. Appreciate it, man. So Ocelon has played on a team with Cash and Mikeboy for most of our LCS. He actually had played on multiple rosters and didn't look all that great in all of them. So I'm going to put him in the lower half of this. I'll put him next to... I don't know if I could put him next to Mikeboy. Didn't Mikeboy have more success in like IWO and stuff? So I'll probably have to show that by putting him a bit further back, like here. Or something, maybe behind the Breezy Hibs duo. But yeah, this is a fairly... I like this tier. When I look at it, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. They're all pretty similar level right now if you look at results. Okay, Polar, did he have any results? I don't think so. Did he have any results at all to warrant putting him in E? I don't think he did. Not that I can remember. I mean, Dead Monster's in E because of IWO. Polar didn't do that. Prime. So Prime, Sizen, Radosin finished off the season really well. What have I done? Okay, fixed. Oof. Wait, what happened to Prime though? I lost him. Did I accidentally delete Prime? Am I blind or... End of top. Oh! What's he doing all the way over there? Prime, get back. Mate. So yeah, Prime Redilson finished off the season pretty well. You have to respect that current farm. But yeah, you can't go crazy and rank people super high based on that. Like, that's why I've got Chronic in B. Now, were they as impressive as a Chronic? No. Were they as impressive as a CRR and a Dorito? I don't think so. I think they were just a little bit off that kind of pace, that kind of like competing for the top 8 in the spring split. So I'll probably have to put Prime and Redilson in D. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put them in D. Probably after these guys. Like this. They're both like the same for me because they did the same thing. Pretty much. Well, I do like... I don't know. Not really sure who to pick on the team. Sizen's their third. Let's just go throw him in there as well. Let's go throw him in there. Below Smilla, yeah, I think freaking Godsmilla had a better overall like season, but they're all very close. I mean, the results are comparable and individually pretty similar as well, I'd say. Maybe like the one argument you could make, maybe I am actually going to persuade myself to change this because they do have a Chronic on their team, or they did have a Chronic on their team. Godsmilla Freaky, Redilson, Prime, Sizen were all a lot more similar. So I think I'll put them higher to indicate this. I don't know. Who do you guys think was the best player in that team for all the results? Who do you think was the best player in this team? I'm gonna put them ahead of Breezy and Hibbs as well at the moment. Yeah, I think Sizen as well was the most effective. Probably put them ahead of Mezza as well, but not Pharah. Pharah had I don't know. Pharah like gets way too much hate. I think way too much hate. But yeah, Redilson. I think Redilson, Sizen were both the most effective, but Prime was decent as well. So I don't think this, they're too similar to really make a change. Right, Resi. I think this one should be pretty straightforward. Where do you guys think Resi should go? Remember, he played with Breezy and Hibbs. Resi replaced Scrubkilla. So the issue for Resi is that they won. Hibbs and Breezy won a grid without him. I know it's this grid, but it's still something. So I think I gotta like put him lower because of this. But yeah, he could be bumping up with one good result. Okay, Relating Wave. This is going to be an interesting one. Where do you guys think Relating Wave should go? S for Wave, low C. Yeah, I think Relating Wave does go low C. I think that's a bang on the money call, actually. Yeah, I like that. Good job. Low C, correct. I think Relating Wave has to go ahead of Mezza. I think he was more consistent. And yeah, Relating Wave, I think he could still go higher with a different team. They just need to find the right combo. Okay, Rise. Did Rise have any results at all? I don't think he did. Did he? Wait. They made one major, right? Oh, in Split 1? Was it Split 1 Rise? Oh, Rise is in chat. Split 1 is a long time ago. That is a long time ago. It was Barrage. So, yeah, it was a result. Sure. There you go. I'll put you ahead of Calyx. You like that? Yeah, I'm trying to keep this quite results based. Because I don't want to just go around rating people off. Oh, yeah, I think this player's really good. For no real reason. Rick's Ronde. Don't know what his... What's Rick's Rondé's current team situation? What's his current team situation? See, like, stuff like this. Sizen saying Rise is better than Fruity. Well, that's all well and good. But Fruity had a more recent top 8 finish. So there you go. He might be coaching. Yeah, I thought I heard something like this. So he's retired. Okay. Put him next to Magnus. The retired duo, Rix and Magnus. Now, Ryzex. Where have you guys got Ryzex? This guy... he was on Triple Trouble for a bit, right? I can't remember if they did anything. But yeah, now his team's looking pretty good with Ivan and Catalysm. And I'm going to put him in C. Because I don't rate him as much as Catalysm. I think Catalysm is the catalyst to this team. But I would say he's, yeah, for me a little bit above Ivan. When I watch those guys play, I'm like, wow, Catalysm just doing everything. Ryzek's really solid. Hey, and Ivan's alright. That's just always what I'm thinking when I watch them play. Sometimes when I watch teams play, I'm like, they all look like they're contributing the exact same. And you watch other teams, you're like, yeah, that player just does everything. So you gotta give him respect for that. Now, Rizual. Has Rizual got any recent results? Or any relevant results? Recently. Hey, what's up, Demonifying? Earth to Free, thanks to the 17-month tier 1. Welcome back to the channel. It's Ryzex, not Ryzex. What is the difference? I think it's an accent thing. I don't think Rizual's got any recent results. So I'm going to put him here. Okay, Ronicky. I've got his teammate Fruity in E. Where would you guys put Ronicky? This is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one. Ronicky's the definition of C. How can he be the definition of C? How can Ronicky be the definition of C? Ronicky is about as much of a... like, I don't know, he's an outlier. He is a total outlier. Because he's on one of the teams who performed so badly all season. But his individual statistics, and when you watch them play, you're just like, well, Ronicky's still banging in goals. It looks like he's playing pretty well, but they're losing all the time. So, you know, if you only looked at Ronicky's statistics, and if their results were anything like how well he's playing, they'd probably be like an Archie. Like, Ronicky and Archie are very, very similar statistically in effectiveness. But you do have to look at results as well. So I'm going to put him down to B, I think. Possibly C. You just gotta look, where does Ronicky look like he belongs? Does he look like he belongs next to Cash, Oli, Divo? Or does he look like he belongs next to Itachi, Cassio, his former teammate, AppJack? What do you guys think? Where is he at home? Where is he slotting in there nicely? I think it's gotta be B, personally. Maybe even next to a Chronic. I'm gonna put him... So individually impressive. You gotta show respect for that. To be able to do that on a team who are literally losing every single time. It's ridiculous. Because this doesn't usually happen. Usually when a team's losing a lot, their stats are trash. When you lose in Rocket League, your stats are usually really bad. Archie says, I actually defend though. Yeah, there's not a lot of defense on Team Liquid. Okay, Scrub Killer. Where have you guys got Scrub? He's been benched a bunch of times and now he's been picked up by Dignitas. Making a bounce back. But I don't think we've seen any results from him since he got benched from Singularity. However, his Singularity teammates Breezy and Hibbs I have in D. I think for that reason you gotta put Scrub above them. Because he had, I think, more success in the season than they did. So... the question is how much success, where would you put Scrub? And, you know, if we're talking about results, you know, does Scrub belong with the Relating Wave, Oli, Divo, Arju, the Middle East gods? Probably not. I think he probably, like, right now... let's put him behind Pharah, because I know that's going to annoy him a lot. We'll put him right behind Pharah. He's going to be so mad. He probably just slammed his desk. But yeah, on Guild he was top 8, that's true. So you can maybe make a case for putting him in C. But the fall off was so spectacular. Behind Mezza season, come on. Alright, sure, why not? But I'm not, you know, why is this fly, man? Pharah's retired when you farm? I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, you gotta, like, consider the individual player's season, but also the success that the teams they're part of have had. And I think when Scrub was on Guild, they were farming Metsonoris' endpoint, I believe, pretty hard. And then when he left to join Singularity, he got a grid win, but endpoint, I think, still outperformed them slightly. Not by much, though, because endpoint kind of fell off. So I would probably put Scrub above him, to be honest. I like this place. Because didn't Guild absolutely farm the living daylights out of endpoint? And then endpoint randomly got a deep run one regional? Yeah, it wasn't... Yeah, Guild were not bad with Scrub. I think it was more like a personality clash. Didn't they have like a... Didn't Guild have a boot camp, and then after 2 weeks they were at each other's throats? They were having to like pull Scrub and throw off each other, trying to strangle each other IRL. Alright, Jarius, good night. Sleep well. Electric Raven, thanks for 100 bits. Right, Seiko. Don't think he's had any results, correct me if I'm wrong. Speed. Can we put him anywhere different than Fruity? Has Speed done anything to put him above Fruity? Has he done anything in the off-season? Didn't he play for like a IWO team with Ixo and they lost? So I'll probably put him here. He got second on FH. What on earth is FH? He got second DreamHack? Oh, he got second in DreamHack 3v3. Okay, there we go. That's a result. So you're comparing first place for DreamHack with Melashisu versus second place, but also they got a top 8 recently. So I'll probably put him here. Maybe above Resi. Okay, Steak. Started off the season playing with Tox and Zamwe. Finished off the season playing with Zamwe and Itachi. They looked phenomenal at the start. You know, start of the season, I think Steak was probably B, I'd say, or A. But they did fall off, and yeah, individually and as a team, they all fell off. Steak came top 10 in E10. What is E10? What are all these events I'm not even aware of? But yeah, I'll probably put Steak in C because they did decline. Oh, for crying out loud, it's a meme. Why is everything, absolutely everything, honestly, the amount of variations of this truly blows my mind. Truly blows my mind. But when it can be relevant to Rocket League, I respect it. When it's relevant to Rocket League, I respect it a lot. Like, who's the Rocket League player whose name just fits perfectly for it? Who is it? I've forgotten. I swear there's somebody's name. People always try and like catch Yukis. That's it. It's Yukis. Yeah, people always trying to catch up people with Yukis these days. That's funny to me. Okay, Tadpole. Where have you guys got Tadpole recently? He's not unknown because he's had results. He won a grid at the start of the season, so that's why I put Calyx here. Has he done anything since then to allow him to be above Calyx? I don't know if he has. I don't actually know. It's a genuine question. So I'll put him at Calyx for now. Maybe if he did something... he leaked scrims. He did leak scrims, that's true. Tadpole leaked scrims that we could watch. So that was something. Yeah, Calyx and Tadpole, same team, same results. Kind of looked like they were similar level throughout the season. Yeah, they're interchangeable. Everybody's mauling that I put Tadpole over Calyx, so whatever. I mean, it's the same thing. It doesn't matter. Taz. Has Taz had any recent results at all? Is he just unknown right now? Haven't seen anything out of Taz recently. Have you guys? Am I missing something that Taz is up to? I don't think I am. Right. Tho. Where have you guys got Tho? Wait. Are Tadpole and Calyx not teamed anymore? I honestly don't know about these guys. I'm not really sure. I don't know what they're up to. Tho wants to put himself for E. Whoa! It's almost 61 months. That is absurd. I've got Nolly in A. Bottom of A. I think I'm going to put Tho top of B. Top of B, ahead of Chausette. Probably, it's like, he had the IWO success as well. I know Nolly didn't have as much IWO success as Tho did, but I thought Nolly had a much more impressive season for me, so I'm still going to have him ahead of Tho, even though Tho closed the gap a little bit with IWO. Okay. Tigray with not enough E's. Or have you guys got Tigray with the only 2 E's? We're almost at America, guys. Like, Americans are coming. Americans are over here. Look how close they are. They're right here. Anyway, Tigray, his teammates, CRR, Dorito are in C. I'm gonna put him in D. I think he was the... Yeah, I think he was the player here who was just not quite as impressive on this roster. I think CRR, Dorito were a little bit more impressive to me. So I'll have to put Tigger here. Tox. Everybody... I think people overrate Tox. I have nothing against the guy. I think people overrate him though. I'm always seeing people being like, well, Tox is like a top 10 player EU. Tox is like top 15. Easy. Hey, you know, Tox is amazing. But like I was saying earlier, I thought Ixo looked better than Tox on SK Gaming for me. And when Tox is playing with Zamway and Stake, I don't really think he was like outstanding like he was pre-RLCSX. Pre-RLCSX, Tox was their best player by a mile. Stake and Zamway improved massively. And Tox didn't really carry like before, so... yeah, I still think he has to go high. The question is how high. You know, I'll probably like put him... I don't know, maybe around here? Maybe around a Cassio? Maybe around a Cassio Itachi? What do you guys reckon? Something like this? I think maybe this. I'm combining them. I'm going to be putting the NA players in the same list. This list is going to be gigantic when we're done with it. Hey, Cat92, thanks for the Prime. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate it. But yeah, Tox, it's like him versus Itachi. Him versus the guy who replaced him. I mean, the team kind of like had similar results initially and then fell off a little bit, and Tox's team were in the come up. I'll put him here. It's fine. Violent Panda. Not sure how... I haven't seen him at all since he made the comeback with his new team. Did they win today? Didn't they play today? In the BS Plus competition? The BS Plus competition. They did win today. How many times did they win? Did they win the group? I can't even remember what their group was. I'm gonna be honest. I think this season you probably have to put Violent Panda in C or D. I mean, if we're just looking at results, I think I would put him C. Yeah, I think his season probably, like right now, would have to go here. Panda has been the best of Dig this season. I don't know what on earth you've been watching, but that's definitely not the case. I think Panda for me was the least effective Dignitas player since they got AppJack, Joryas, Panda on the same team. I think that Jack and Joryas were way better. But I mean, it's Jack and Joryas. What do you expect? Those guys are insane. So it's not even like that's a problem. Yeah, the problem for me is like, I mean, you know, we look at Roniki's stats and we're like, holy, this guy's stats are insane. You look at Violent Panda's stats, you're like, where is he? He's like way down, like bottom of every stat leaderboard. I'm thinking what's going on here. So Yeah, I might have to put him down here. Is he a Pharah season? I think he's a Pharah season. Violent Panda, Scrub, Pharah. What a team that would be. That's a team. Yeah, it's pretty much because, like, for me, I really rate the stats. Stats don't really lie. The Violent Panda stats are terrible. His stats are terrible. But yeah, he was injured, to be fair. He couldn't put in as much time. As I'm sure he wanted to. Who was in his group? Who was in Violent Panda, Oli, and Tho's group today? Did they top that group in BS Plus competition? T-Base, what are you on about? Speed saying, I guess Ronicky scored all his goals unassisted. Speed, I didn't see you up there. I was looking at the stats. I was like trying to find your name, but I was like on my way down the leaderboard. Then I just like pulled a muscle in the back of my neck. I was like, had to give up on looking down any further. You topped it against Tadpole's team and Zamway's team. Zamway replaced Tigray, right? No idea who Tadpole's team is anymore. No idea. Tadpole, Yukis, Polar. Oh, nah, this is gonna be... You're just trying to bait me again. There's no way that he's playing with Yukis. I know what this means. I know what's coming next. No, he is? Okay. The Geekman, thanks for the 50-month Prime. Welcome back. Get T-Bates in for NA free content. I'm down. T-Bates did want to come on and discuss. I would be down to get T-Bates into a call for the NA half. What do you guys think? If T-Bates wants to. I know T-Bates is moving right now, so he might. Yeah, he says he ain't got a PC. It's in U-Haul. We'll save that for... Well, it would be good, but he's on his... I don't think we can get him in on the phone, man. I was on the phone... Actually, I had a meeting with T-Bates today and some other people, and T-Bates had the... He had the phone call quality. We might want to just wait. I don't want to... Yeah, he's got the iPhone mic. I don't know if you guys want to hear T-Base on the iPhone mic. He's going to get so tilted. Get Speed? No shot on my calling Speed. There's just no way. It's going to be way too much salt. My heart can't take that much salt, man. It's not good for you. Speed's like, I had so many assists in the fall split. Aren't you taking fall split assists into account when you make these lists? No, Speed, I'm not really looking at fall split assists. Is this the final product? Now we're gonna do NA. Oh, we got more EU. We got a few more. Guys, where do you rate Yukis? Skip ahead. Just get it over with. Get Yukis out of the way. Has Yukis got any results? Has he done anything at all with Tadpole and that? I don't think he probably hasn't. Oh, spring split. Unknown or bubbles. They're kind of like people who didn't have any results that are notable, or bubble players, or retired players. But yeah, you can see either E or unknown, or D. I'm not sure. I think he's probably E. He's French, right? We'll put him in the French packet here. Maybe we should relegate Speed behind the French package. Just the package deal. Just because he's really upset about E. When Roniki's up here, he's like, no way did Roniki carry me that hard. That's ridiculous. His Speed was the 4th best assister. Yeah, but see, there's two ways of looking at it, right? You can either say that someone is the best passer in the world because they've got the most assists, or you can do what I do and just, like, look at it the other way around, and that is that Roniki is so good at shooting that Speed can literally hit the ball anywhere and Roniki's probably scoring it. Speed's like you know when you're playing ranked and then you accidentally miss-hit your pass and then you apologize, then your teammate scores anyway, and then you're like, oh, I take it back, my pass is perfect. I bet that's what Team Liquid comms were. Speed's just like, so sorry, man. I really mean that pass. Oh, nice shot. Okay. Good. Nah, I'm joking with these. I don't know what their comms are like. I don't know. Haven't looked that closely. Me and Shogun are usually casting the games later on in the days, and Speed and Team Liquid never made it that far, so I never got to cast them. Didn't get to get up close and personal. Didn't go in the Speed cam. Watch them play. I've got to stop roasting Speed. I really don't need to do this. They had a bad enough season as is. Interesting. Before I forget, what team is Speed actually on right now? Because Roniki's like trying out with, or what's the latest rumors? Roniki, Achronic, and someone. They're trying out like everybody according to like Shift. But I don't know who Speed's playing with. Trying out with Rix. I swear I saw like Speed was trying out with something else as well. I can't remember though. But yeah, I've got a few outliers here. My outliers in this list are, well, the Middle Eastern players, obviously, because they don't have, I mean, they're literally playing in the wrong server. Roniki, because he is a complete statistical anomaly. And also because I think he's also I think Roniki's phenomenal. I think he's a very good player. I think he's warranted to put him this high. What other anomalies have I got who kind of like don't play by the rules? They might be the only two who don't really play by the rules. Kind of Catalysm as well. Oli. You know, these are players who haven't done enough in RLCSX to warrant being this high, but I've been so impressed with their individual performances, I'm putting them higher. So, you know, if people like do enough to stand out, that's where I'll put them. The thing about Speed, if your passes are that good, why aren't your team in Roniki? What's with the breakup? The way you're talking about it sounds like you guys have got the best combination ever. Speed passes the ball, Roniki scores. What happened? Why are you breaking up? You should just keep doing that. Ramstone, thanks for the prime. I appreciate it, man. It sounds like there isn't it isn't as simple as that. Right, Virtuoso, where you guys got Vert? You revolutionized the game. Just out of everybody demoing all the time. And then we got VK Salen, Yukio, Zamwe, and then it's NA time. Vart, for me, yeah, he definitely changed the game, but I'm gonna put him by Mezza. We put him by Mezza. They did fall off at the end of the season. Has Vart done anything off season to warrant being higher? I don't think he's done anything like crazy. Higher than Wave, he's the reason for good results. It's tough to say. I don't know if he is, Archie. I don't know if he is, because Virtuoso is like, he's one of those players who, what he does messes up other teams, but it also, like, his teammates have to play around that as well. Speed says I had the highest assist per game for the last 3 seasons, but then again, since you're on a farm, you wouldn't know about that. Okay. I mean, you know, some people say assists. I like to look at it as missing an open net and then Roniki's cleaning it up. But, I mean, for some people that's an assist. I just think it's inaccurate, you know? So, we can agree to disagree on this. You can have your highest assist tally. And I'll understand what that really means. Like we're still getting pros just like roasting other pros, saying that they belong in unknown. Like, we're seeing this so many times today. Speedy's gonna hate me after this? What do you mean after this? What do you mean after? Okay, VK Salen. I think this is pretty simple. I won't put him as above Demensa, but I'll put him in B for sure. I think VK Salen's B. Don't think I need to ask. Yukio, Zamwe, the last 2 players before we move to NA. Where do you guys want Yukio first of all? He's currently teamed with Ixo Tox. The difference is that Ixo and Tox have had some success recently on other teams. Yukio hasn't, so I can't rate him as high as these guys. But I think I'll still put him in C because they did look very impressive towards the end of the season. So I'll probably just put him in C. Around about Relating Wave stake rating. Mateen Relating Wave. Yeah, that's pretty good. Somewhere around there. Zamwe, last EU player. I think he's probably going to go around there as well, I'd say. Just kind of very similar to this. The Zamway stick kind of level. I'd probably... I mean, for me, I think Zamway was slightly above Stick, but then they benched him, so I don't know. Maybe Stick's better. Maybe he's better for that team. But yeah. Let's see about NA. You guys ready? Is it time to go into NA? We're gonna need to add some more tiers down here. How do I do that? How do I add an F and a G and H? Is there like a plus? Is there like an add tier button I'm missing? I don't know if I can't see it anywhere. Right. Adam, he's not had any results, has he? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to be putting in players that I don't think have had any results into this without really thinking. The unknowns, I'm not putting them in any order. It's whatever. I don't think... the arrow. I'm not actually going to make a retire. I'm not actually going to make new tiers. I'm just going to have unknown. Can remain as unknown. AJG from South America, who have now moved to North America or Central America. I'm not sure exactly where they are, but they're in Mexico somewhere. And who did they beat in the recent NA tournament? Didn't they beat like Alpine or something? Yeah, just even without considering off season, I would probably put these guys in C. Or maybe B, but Xset and Alpine. Yeah, see, Xset and Alpine. Where are those players? Nobody from Xset or Alpine's in B, I don't think. Are they? I don't think, was Parsi even playing for Alpine at that point? I don't think he was he? Oh, yeah, they took Shopify Rebellion to Game 7. True, they did. That was impressive. Gyro was, okay. See, AJG, Raise Bull, Shad, I'm probably just going to put them all in the same place because they're all very similar. But I think AJG, for me, is probably the best player, marginally. But the only question is, where are you going to put them overall? I think that, yeah, I probably want to put them somewhere around high C or low B. Maybe low B. What do you guys think about low B? I think that's fair. I think low B is pretty fair. Somewhere around here, like around Catalysm. All right, Illusion. Yeah, they went Game 7 as Shopify in a show match, which is not as it's not as impressive as going to Game 7 in an RLCS event, but it's something. And there's still what kind of ping do these guys play with? What kind of ping do these guys play with on NA server now that they're in Mexico? Do they play with like 60, 70? Are they being given central servers? Surely they're being given central servers for all their games. I know there's like always some drama about server choices because teams with central US players always have a disadvantage. Like East Coast is always a priority server, even though sometimes it's more like central would be better. I hope that they always get central. Okay, Illusion. You guys all thinking C? I would agree, but probably high C. I'll put him like here or here, something like that. For now, I think Illusion's... he's pretty decent. Illusion is like he's just a decent player, isn't he? He's a decent player. But I don't think he's like any more than this. Did I drop frames? I did. I dropped frames this stream at some point. I don't know if it is now. Okay. Alpha Cap. Where have you guys got Alpha Cap right now? Didn't Xset do like really well in like one grid or something? That was it. They were Alpha Cap and Xset were there or thereabouts for a lot of the season. For that reason, I'll put him D. I think they were like very nearly there for a lot of the season. Didn't quite get there. Yeah, he's not an Illusion tier. I'll put him here. Just like mid. He's a mid D probably for now. Mid D for Alpha Cap. Okay, Alraz. Alraz. Who did Alraz play with at the start of the season? Was it like Charlotte Phoenix? Who did he play with at the end of the season? Still Charlotte Phoenix? I can't even remember. I feel like he should have done more, but he just didn't. I think it's probably an E for Alraz. E for Alraz. Because I think he probably should have done better, but he didn't, so he's an E. Okay, Andy. Where you guys got Andy from? It was Loco to start with, and then I've forgotten what their newer team was. What was their newer team? Oh yeah, they're the new Charlotte Phoenix, right? Andy and that. But maybe, I don't know, maybe he's not on that team anymore. I actually rate Andy. I think he's the best player on this team. Well, he was for RLCSX. Had similar kind of results to Alpha Cap and Alpha Cap's team, but I would rate him higher. So it's just like a high D or a low C player for me. Probably more like a high D. I think Andy had more like a Pharah, Violent Panda, Mikeboy season than a Steak Samway Yukio, who like actually made, you know, quite a lot of top 8s. And in Yukio's case, you know, finished the season strong. So I'll put him in the high D. But I think Andy's very good. I rate Andy. I think he could go higher soon. Angel, I don't think he had any results. Correct me if I'm wrong. And now Arsenal. Right. Where you guys got Arsenal? Here's one for you. I'll pause here. Pause. Remember, this goes up to S. S is the highest. Interesting. I thought you guys would go higher on this. Arsenal's a very popular character, very popular player. And he often gets spoken very highly of by his peers, so I expected you guys to all be saying like S or A's, but there's a lot of people saying B as well. I think going into the, like, you know, the final few events of RLCS, I would probably have had Arsenal high A, but in the last couple of events he was very, very good. Like, start of the season, Arsenal was S for me. Like, start of our LCS season, I think he was the best player in Space Station. Then, you know, after, I think, Winter Split, going into early spring, I think he fell down quite a lot. And Space Station as well, totally just, like, didn't look like the same team. Then, you know, Spring Split, they bounced back. And I think Arsenal now has to probably go around about here. Or here, maybe. In A. I think, I'll put him above Ixo, but I don't know if I can put him above Nolly. Nolly really did a lot for Guild. Like, a lot. Arsenal's definitely on the way up, though. Upward trend. And you could definitely make a case for him being, like, above Atomic and Nolly as well. It's possible. I don't want to put him above Atomic, but I think Atomic is really good. Okay. Astro, I don't think he did anything. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. We've also got Astro with no H. Didn't know that there were two Astros. Right, Atomic with the C, that's NA Atomic, that's Envy Atomic. Chat, I'll pause here, you guys can rate Atomic. Where does Atomic belong? Below the EU Atomic, that's a good comparison. Who's better, EU Atomic or NA Atomic? Wow, what a comparison. So guys, type NA or EU. Which Atomic is better? NA Atomic or EU Atomic? Oh wow, that definitely got the most responses. Oh man, that's funny. Garage, thanks for subbing for 17 months, and his message is Garage. What, do you just want your rating right now? We're getting there. You're like 2 rows, 1 row away. We'll get there. Atomic. I do think that he is an A player. I think Atomic is A. The question is he better or worse than Arsenal and the other Atomic? I'm gonna put him above Arsenal. But does he go above EU Atomic? It's actually crazy that I do think that they're right here together. This is so hard to move the things. Did Garrett G spell his name wrong? He spelled his own name wrong. Well done. Oh, you guys leave Garrett alone, man. He's probably on his phone. He's probably in bed. Why am I in bed? 3:30 in the morning. Yeah, I think I will put... I think I'm going to put NA Atomic above EU Atomic, but they do belong together. I think they're extremely close in this tier list. But I'm going to put NA above because C comes before K in the alphabet. You think Arsenal's way better than Nolly? I don't know, maybe. Could be. I think Oli's better than a C tier right now, but he's not had the results to prove it. But yeah, I think Arsenal's teammates are a lot better than Nolly's teammates, Chrome. So when Nolly's able to achieve what he did with the team he had, I think that's pretty impressive. Alright, let's go to Ajax. Has Ajax had any results at all that are worth speaking about? I don't think he has he? Have E United done anything? Anything to put him in E? I don't know if they have. He's a known player, so he's not unknown. I mean, a lot of these guys in unknown aren't unknown. It's maybe a bad, like, description, but it means, like, unknown because you can't really rank them with the results they've had. He got to CRL finals. Guys, I'm going to be completely honest. I have no idea if CRL is like Champ 2 players or if it's pros. I couldn't tell you. I don't know if that's a good or impressive. Who did he beat in CRL? It's only Garrett G. Hard to gauge. Yeah, that's probably... There we go. Hard to gauge. Hard to gauge. I don't know. Did E United win anything? I think E United were like... I don't think they won anything at all. Did they win anything at all this season? Guys, I'm not using CRL to rank players. I'm just not going to do that. I don't know. I don't know anything about CRL. Teammates won CRL. Leave him alone, man. Leave teammates out of this. But yeah, I don't think they won anything. They got top 10 once. Did E United ever make a top 8? I don't think they ever made a top 8. So I'll have to put them here. Yeah, Wonder Mike was their best player, then they got rid of him. Or he left. So let's put him here. You could be here though, but oh well. Hard to gauge. Oh, they did? They made a top 8? Alright, there we go. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I was trying to think of something. You really should not have done a tier list, Garrett says. Why not? Are people, like, messaging you all the time? Or is it because, did you inspire everybody to do one? Anyway, AJ, chat, rank AJ while this fly annoys me. I did not word anything and offended a lot of people. Now I feel bad. You shouldn't feel bad. Unless, are you talking about you offended some friends of yours, like some pros that you ranked? Did you offend, like, people that were ranked? Or do you just mean, if you just mean that you offended, like, the viewers, I don't think you should care at all, Garrett. Garrett, you should not be reading those, like, messages. You're above this. Garrett, you're so far above that. You've graduated from, like, taking Reddit and Twitter comments and Twitch chat comments seriously. That you're past that. You've gone far past that, to be honest. I'm not like saying there's anything wrong with you reading them, but I just think that you are I think AJ and First will farm me every tourney now. Man, you're in big trouble. That's the problem with ranks. Like, people always, well, they will screenshot this. You have to know what's going to happen. People will screenshot this and be like, whoa, this guy that you put in, you know, C actually lost to somebody that you put in E. How stupid do you feel now? So, You only put Justin and Mist and S and NA. I kind of like having an exclusive S. I think you're good. But yeah, people are always going to be like, whoa, dude. Somebody in your S lost to somebody in your D. You must feel like an idiot. And I'm like, well, not really. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with offending people. It's inevitable that you offend people. Whenever you do a tier list, so many people are going to get offended. I kind of enjoy it, to be honest. Anyway, AJ. I am going to put AJ S or A. The only reason I'm not like immediately putting him in S is because the championships were pretty disappointing. But he did win all the dream hacks. But yeah, one of them is 1v1, one of them is 2v2. And I don't think really many people played those that were that impressive. So I'm not taking it too much into account. I'll put him A. Put A for AJ. Definitely ahead of Atomic. I'll put him ahead of Fairy Peak. Just behind Mark by 8. I think I'm only going to order the ones in the top. I can't be bothered ordering these low guys. Bambi, pretty sure he hasn't done anything recently. Beastabonium, he was in Andy's... Wait, I think he still is in Andy's team. Not sure if that's changed. I've got Andy here. I'm going to put Beastabonium E. Because, yeah, I don't know. I'll put him behind the French players. Let's put him behind... I'll put him with Alraz, yeah. For now. Beastabonium next to Andy. Beastabonium did never impress me as much as Andy on that team. I think Andy's the best player in the team. Well, throughout the whole season. So I can't put him in the same tier as Andy. Beastabonium's better than Speed. Everybody's just picking on Speed. But I mean, Speed came in here and he really looked like he was annoyed. I think Speed, he blundered. You know, Speed... He opened with a blunder. You know, he just like immediately, like, you know, when if any of you played chess, then you make an opening move that's just straight up on my slip and you're like, oh, didn't mean to do that. That's kind of what Speed did when he came in the chat here. He just like made it very clear in chat that he's, you know, getting wound up, and then everybody wound him up. Yeah, Exotic, I don't know why you're not in the tier list. Anyway, Beast Mode. Where have you guys got Beast Mode? I'll let you guys rank Beast Mode here. Meanwhile, I'm going to put some more people in Hard to Gauge. Who is Kaz? Somebody changed their name to Kaz? Or have I just forgotten? Yeah, I think you guys have got Beast Mode right for the most part. I also think he's A. I'm not going to put him as high as Arsenal, Nolly. I'll put him here. Who is Kaz? Chicago. Where do you guys rank Chicago? I know you guys probably want to rank Chicago here. S's, A's, B's. I think, yeah, I would say A is fair as well, once again. Probably somewhere around here, I would say. I really don't want to separate the atomics. They look so good together. So I'm probably just gonna leave them like that. But yeah, I'll put them ahead of Arsenal. They're very close for me. Very, very. I think they're kind of. These guys were all very close in my opinion. In terms of like the seasons they've had and how good they are as players, what they do for their teams. Guild won a tournament. G2 didn't. Yeah, but G2 also took the eventual champions of NA in the championships to their toughest series. G2 gave NRG a tougher series than anybody else in that tournament. Actually, didn't NRG only play G2 and then Space Station, right? But yeah, G2 gave them a really tough series and then NRG went on to win it, so SSG weren't as impressive against them. Chronic, I don't think he's done anything in tournaments, has he? I mean, Chronic's actually a player with a lot of potential, but I'm putting anyone who's not done anything in tournaments down here. Unless have I forgotten a tournament that Chronic did something in? Yeah, high potential, no results. There's a few people in here with high potential, no results, so they just have to go here. They're hard to gauge. And making it into top 32 RLCS isn't enough to put you into E. Right, calm. What do you guys think about calm? It's really interesting actually seeing people rank the version 1 players, because you'll have some people put calm. A lot of pros actually put calm as the lowest rated player in that squad. And then some of them will put him second place behind Torment. But me personally, when I watch them play, I think Calm's their best player. And I don't know if pros are just being biased because they're friends with Torment and Gimmick, which is fine. Or if maybe they prefer playing with Torment and Gimmick, because I think Torment in particular, I think he's probably the easiest player to play with on that team. But I think Calm was their best player when they played together. I think Garrett's made a good point here. He makes a lot of mistakes, but he's also a lot of their offense. Like, without Calm, I don't really think they were a threat. So I think he was their best player. Are we rating good Calm or brain dead Calm? I think we're rating just Calm as a player. So I'm gonna say Calm. I think you gotta put him in C for me. I think he just has to go C. You can make a stretch of a case to go B, but I'm gonna put him C. I want to put him high C though. I think he did quite well. I'm putting Calm in C myself. Now, Rattles, maybe somebody else. Remember, I deleted the GOAT tier. So what other people had as GOAT, this would have been S, A, B. So most people's C is actually what I have as D. You know, like you gotta. I'm actually ranking people. If he's C in mine, he would have been B in Rattles, for example. Above Divo, yeah, I think I rate Calm's season more than Divo's. It's pretty similar though. It's interchangeable, really. I don't know. I think Calm is their best player, from just me watching. I mean, he did a lot for that team. But yeah, maybe he's hard to play with. I'm not really using that as a thing to rank players on because I don't play with them. It would be foolish of me to attempt to guess. Okay, so Dapper, I don't think he had any results recently. I believe in the Dapper comeback, but I don't think he's done anything. Delta, I'm going to put him right next to Bisabonium, his teammate. Oh wait, Garrett, are you still apologizing to players for rating them low? For Garrett, man. As long as you're only sad about, like, your pro player friends. Like, I literally said, who is Spider? Oh no. But yeah, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. It's not your job when you're an NRG gamer. When you're an NR gamer. When you're a Garrett gamer. It's not your job to know who Spider is. Because probably someone else will eliminate him for you. Okay. Demo. Who is Demo? Is this Demonifying? Or is this another Demo? Garrett had 2 people in S. Yeah, he wants to keep it exclusive. That's fine. I don't think I know of Demo Cat. I don't think Demo got results. Dino, I don't think Dino got results. Draez. I don't know any Draez player either. Okay. Of course we know Draez. Where do you guys think Draez should go? Dr. Rees. Where do you guys have Draez? I have Chicago as A. Right. If Draez was like a player who got transferred from, you know, some other team in RLCS with a ton of experience, just like a regular RLCS player, and he had the season he did, I'd probably put him C somewhere, but I'm definitely putting him B. I was so impressed with what Draez was able to do on this team. I'll put him above Chausette, definitely above Veroniki for sure. I think I'll even put him above a Chronic. I'll put him right behind Tho. I'm super impressed with Draez on G2. G2 bias. So now I'm biased for G2 apparently, but most of the time people say I'm biased against G2, so I like that. I was super impressed with Dries. I think he was insane for G2. You know, can't be easy to slot into that team with that much pressure on you when you're a West player. You just leveled up to 15 in real life. So much pressure on this kid's shoulders, and he did unbelievably well with all that. So I've got to give the props where it's due. You know, if he wasn't doing that, like as a brand new player to the scene who just turned 15, only spawned 15 years ago exactly. He only spawned 15 years ago. He leveled up IRL, dinged. Like if that, you got to take that into consideration. The immense pressure from the expectation, the shoes that he's filling. Crazy accomplishment to do as well as he did. So I'm gonna put him up because of those facts. You gotta take that into account. Kind of another outlier because he's in a very unique situation. There's a few outliers in this list who are very they're you know, like I said earlier, Ronicky, a statistical anomaly, and then Dries, who's just in a crazy situation, does well. Fifi, don't think he had any results. First Killer, don't think he had any results. Farky, obviously S. Okay, First Killer. I mean, pretty easy. You guys can all agree in chat right now if you want to. But I'm obviously going to put him in S. The only question for First Killer is, does he go better than Monkey Moon or worse than Monkey Moon? So that's the real question. I know you're all going to agree in S. Apart from Garrett, who says A. Wait, did Garrett have First Killer in A and only Mist and Justin in S? Okay, I just realized this. This is interesting. Oh, you're rating their seasons. Okay, fair enough. You're rating their seasons, not rating like their current ability. I'm kind of rating their current ability, but basing it on results. So it's kind of different, I guess. So, okay. Type F in chat if you think First Killer is currently better than Monkey Moon. Type M in chat if you think Monkey Moon is currently better. Based on the results, their individual ability, and how good they do for their team. Pretty even split. But for me, it's not a difficult decision. I've got Monkey Moon number 1 ahead of First at the moment. Maybe someone else will go ahead of Monkey Moon. But for now, First Killer not going to do it. Doesn't happen. Red Jow, thanks for 61 months here. We got another full, that's all the months. 61 months is crazy, dude. Welcome back. First better for sure. No shot. No shot. I'll tell you why. I think First Killer and Monkey Moon have similar impact on the field. Very, very hard to say who is a more impactful player, I should say. But what differentiates Monkey Moon and First Killer for me is that Monkey Moon is an enabler. First Killer is kind of like the one being enabled. So First Killer is being enabled by his teammates. He's literally, I've shown replays on the stream where First Killer is driving around, taking like Taroko's boost. Taroko can't move. Like Taroko is actually just like pulled up. Like, you know when you're driving on the, well, we call it a motorway. I think you guys in America call it a highway. Then somebody's pulled over in the, well, is it a hard shoulder? Or what do you guys call that? The lane that you're just not supposed to drive in. If somebody's just like broken down in there, that's Taroko. First Killer's like coming by. And he's just like, see ya, not stopping, not helping you out, buddy. Bye-bye. But like Monkey Moon, if he was the one who's coming by, he'd be like the good Samaritan. He'd stop, he'd help him out, whether it's like needing a tire change. Probably needs to borrow some fuel because First Killer took it all. The First Killer, he kind of limits the impact his teammates can have, whereas Monkey Moon just like enables them. Mark by 8 can do whatever he wants on that team. Driving all over the place. Like literally doing whatever he wants. So yeah, First Killer, huge impact, but I rate Monkey Moon more because yeah, he brings the best out of people around him. Whereas I'm pretty sure First Killer makes his teammates look worse a lot of the time. Very good a lot of the other time. Sometimes, like when they're passing the ball to First Killer, they look probably pretty good because he's scoring. It's like the speed Ronicky effect. I've got to stop with the speed jokes, man. I've got to stop. I am going to stop. That was the last one. Okay, Farky. Did Farky have any top 8s or anything like that? I don't think so. Hard to gauge. Don't think he had any top 8s at all. Another one of these players with crazy potential, but just hasn't seen it yet. Freshness. Don't think that they had many results past like... Did they really get top 4 once? Really? Did Freshness get top 4? Really? I think they didn't they beat NRG one time, but then they also got eliminated like shortly after. Didn't somebody else like beat them? Like they used to be called Omelette, and then they got picked up by Ghost. They had some upsets, but I don't think that they ever had any deep runs, did they? What was their best finish? I'm gonna look this up actually. RLCSXpedia. NA rankings. Ghost Gaming. Their best finish was Winter Regional 1, I believe. Where they finished off... Okay, they did get top 8. Yeah, they finished off top 8 in Winter Regional 1. For that reason, I'll give them a little bit of a bump here. I'll put Freshness up here. Put him at the bottom of D instead of the top of, or mid E. Okay, Garen, don't think he had any results. Garrett G with the singular T. I now learned why Garrett spelled his name wrong. I just got it. I'm in with the joke. Garrett G back again. Alright, where do you guys have Garrett G? S above speed. Stop with the speed jokes. What have we done? I mean, he kind of asked for it, but stop it. It's just not warranted. Yeah, S easily. Garrett's crazy for not putting himself S. But where in S is the question. Where in S? What do you guys think? Where should Garrett go in S? First, no question. Better or worse than First Killer? In front of Monkey. Let's do First Killer first. Better or worse than First Killer? Higher or lower? Very 50-50 actually. Very, very 50-50. Interesting. I thought it would kind of be unanimous because people have always been, I mean, the whole season everybody's just been hyping up First Killer. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. But it's pretty close though. Definitely a case. Garrett was pretty nuts. First Killer's just like too crazy though. I mean, that team would not be there without him. It would not be there. So I'm gonna put him here. Okay. Trainer Ross, thanks for the prime. Next up is Gimmick. Okay, this is an interesting one. Where do you guys have Gimmick? Yeah, Champs Garrett was crazy. But I mean, Champs is like the thing that should impact, at least the way that I'm doing this list, Garrett. Championships is the thing that impacts the list the most, because I'm looking at, like, where do I rank the players now, but I'm basing it off results. I'm not basing it off my opinions of how good players are, except, well, to a secondary level. And in the cases where I can't really rank players based on results because they don't have that many results. So yeah, Gimmick. Chrome stays next to Com. I figured that this would be a comparison that a lot of people want, like, because they're teammates. But I said earlier, I think Com is probably the best player on their team. So I'm going to stick to that. And I'm going to put Gimmick in top of D. Because I think it's either top of D or bottom of C. You could do either or. For me, probably this looks better because I think Gimmick does belong next to these list of players rather than this list of players. I'll put him here. Yeah, V1's Game 5 record was so bad. It was crazy. But yeah, I'm going to put Gimmick bottom C. I think Com did more for them in offense than Gimmick. Gimmick's like known as the offensive powerhouse, and throughout his whole career, he's been like the offense guy. For a long time, he was considered the best offensive player and like champ 2 defense, but it didn't matter because he's so good in attack that it didn't matter if he missed every save. But now, I think Com did more for them in offense, and Gimmick's definitely like not Champ 2 defense anymore, but he's also not like a defensive monster. Yeah, I'll put him here. Everybody's like just talking about how they had terrible records against like the top teams. Well, I mean, that's why all the top teams players are above them. What do you think if V1 would have stuck with Mike from the beginning? I really rate Mike. I really do. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. It's hard to say though. I don't know. I don't know why. But yeah, I think Mike's good. Who's Mike teaming with right now? Mike, who are you teaming with? Well, he answers that. Where do you guys want Gyro? Gyro, who has been rumored, or has it officially been benched from FaZe or removed from the roster? I can't remember what the situation is. Mike is LFT. Interesting. Durali and Daniel. That would be a squad. Durali daycare. He's benched. Okay. I was very... I'm gonna be honest. I'll put him next to Illusion for now because they were teammates for the whole season. I was very surprised when I heard Gyro was benched. I've told you guys many times, I intentionally like don't go out of my way to find out what is going on with teams behind the scenes, because if I don't know, then I'm allowed to speculate, because I can't be leaking something if I honestly don't know. And I don't know what the situation was behind the scenes with this team. But I thought Illusion was going to be the player who got benched, because I thought Gyro overall was a better player and had a better season. So I was surprised to see that, but maybe there was something going on behind the scenes that, yeah, mental, a lot of people are saying. He was one of the most visibly tiltable players on the face cams. I'm super glad that RLCS added face cams to the broadcast. It added so much, especially in the no LAN era. You can see that a lot of the time with Gyro. He's like so mad. I mean, I don't even blame him though. Like, it must be so stressful. And I love that he's willing to just wear his heart on his sleeve like that, to be honest. It's a lot, like, it's more interesting seeing that than just players being like, oh no, we conceded. You know? Like, just putting the emotions out there is a lot more interesting. So I really, as a viewer, I liked to see that. But yeah, maybe it affected the team morale badly. I don't know. Anyway, I'm still going to put him above Illusion though. I'm going to put him in B. I think that Gyro deserves a B rank because of this for this season. I put him behind Cassio here. Put him right here. Mr. Colm43, thanks for the 2-month prime. Welcome back. Heck, I don't think he had results. I don't think Hockey had results. Did Coxer have results? Was he on the same team as Ajax, who actually like had a couple of wins? Can't remember if they were teamed when they had that. Hey guys, like, about wearing your heart in your sleeve. Hey, type 1 in chat if you wear your heart in your sleeve. Oh, he was an X-Set, of course. You're right. Yes, true. If you wear your heart in your sleeve when you play ranked, type 1 in chat. How many of you guys like get conceded ranked? You're like, no. Like, just be honest. I know that you're all like that. You're the same people who go to Jesse's stream and you're like, oh, this streamer's so angry, but then you actually play your own ranked games, you're like screaming at your teammates. I know that that's what Rocket League players are like. I'll tell you why I know. Because I've been playing quite a lot of ranked 3s right now. Solo. I've been playing quite a lot of solo 3s recently. The amount of times that somebody leaves the game in the first 15 seconds is honestly mind-blowing. I can't believe so many people leave the game in less than 15 seconds. Like, one thing goes wrong and they're just like, I'm done. Like, how tilted do you have to be to just leave? Where it's like 0-0. Like, I'm pretty sure I've got a replay. I hope I didn't delete it. I could show you later. Where one of my teammates took a shot on the first shot of the game. 10 seconds in, he takes a shot. Not even 10 seconds. I think 5 seconds in, he took a shot. And it was one of those shots where it's like lobbing towards the goal, and our other teammate flew up in front of it to try and redirect it on target. And from his perspective, I'm sure he couldn't tell if it's going in or not. It was going in. It was going in, but he didn't know that. So he ended up, instead of redirecting it into the net, he saved it, and the other dude just leaves the game. And it wasn't like he got an absolute banger of a goal saved. No, it was just like a boring, like, lob open net and it got saved by the teammate. It was going to be a trash goal. Like, you know, sometimes somebody saves your incredible double tap. You're like, why has my teammate saved my best goal I've ever scored? No, it wasn't that. He just had a really, really simple goal saved. Clearly an accident, and then he just left. I was like, great. We're in a 2v3. We actually got to overtime, though. Me and that guy who saved the shot got to overtime in the 2v3, and then we lost. So it was all for nothing. It was a total waste of time. But yeah, funny story at least. At least I think it was. I'm going to put Coxer next to Alpha Cap, I guess. I think we're the same team, same results all season, and not really much between them, I'd say. I don't think there was too much between them for me, at least. Hey, Kicker, thanks for gifting us up to Wanda Mike for his 3-month. He's got the badge upgrade there. Oh, the other day, I don't know if I saved this replay. I scored a 150 km/h redirect. I think I saved that replay as well. I've got some great replays to show you guys. I scored a 150 km/h redirect. Or like 148 or something. I can't remember what the exact number. But I was pretty proud of that one. Pretty proud of that one. Right, Jacob. I'm you know, pains to say it, but I don't think he had any results this season, as much as I wish he did. Jacob's a lad. Did Jacob get any results? Please somebody tell me a result Jacob got so I can put him out of hard to gauge. Because if people have no results, then they're hard to gauge. We got some absolutely insane players down here though. We got Luis. Luis is nuts. I think Justice, he could definitely make a comeback as well. Billy was getting mad hype from the chat. All the pros from Europe love Billy. So like, you know, there's lots of players in here who could, I believe in the dapper comeback, you know. If you put Alpine in E, then you should be E. Wait, who's E from Alpine? Who did I? That's your last defense. Who did I? I didn't put anyone E from Alpine, did I? I would put Magic Bear higher than E though, probably. Parsi. Right, J-Bot. Again, I don't think he had any results, even though I rate J-Bot. So, J Naps though, he had some results. I'll just go ahead and put him up next to Chicago because I know that's a comparison people are going to want to make. So, question is, J Naps or Chicago? We're J in chat for J Naps, C in chat for Chicago. Who wins? Who is currently the better threes player? Based on results. Yeah, it's all J's, right? All J's. I expected it to be a bit more even, but I would agree. I would agree. Yeah, that's where I'll put them right now. J-Naps over Kaydop, no shot. Kaydop popped off in champs. I could maybe do this. This is the highest I could put them. Here. Maybe above Fairy Peak. This is the absolute highest I can put the G2 duo. No higher than this. No higher than AJ. Mark. Kaydop, no shot. Not happening. I could do this though. I'm cool with that. Jordan. I think Jordan probably has to go E, right? Somewhere around Alpha Cap Coxer. Pretty similar kind of results, I would say. He was an Alpine who ended up doing quite similarly to Xset for a lot of the season. But yeah, I think Alpine obviously had higher highs than Xset. And yeah, Jordan, I don't think he stood out. He didn't stand out for any reason, bad or good. J-Pow. It's just another kind of player in this range, I guess. What do you guys think? Is there anything to differentiate this NA group that we've got here? Which one of those four would you say is the best player? I think J-Pow is the best on Xset. So hard to pick a best on Xset. Like I was having this conversation earlier. Some teams it's really easy to say who the best player is. Other teams, not so easy. Not so easy at all. But yeah, chat wants J-Pow higher. I'm leaving Jordan higher, to be honest. Ah, fine. Doesn't really matter. It's all the same. Justin, okay. Obvious S. Question is how high? How high? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 1, 2, 3, or 4, chat. I'm giving you a clue. He's top 4. Obviously. It's really, yeah, it's interesting to see this. So many different opinions in chat right now. So many different opinions. I think for me personally right now, it's tough. It's very tough. It's Justin or First Killer for me. It's Justin or First Killer. I think it's got to be First Killer though. I think it's got to be. Because First Killer just did everything. He just did everything. Justin and Garrett had each other. Who did First Killer have? Who's First Killer's Garrett G? Who's First Killer's Justin? Everything but win. Good point. Yeah, they didn't win. I don't know. It's very. He did have Taroko, to be fair. He did have Taroko. It's tough. It's really tough to say who the better player is. Like who? I mean, I know who I'd want in a team. If I was picking a team, I know who I'd pick. But that's not my. That's not really what we're doing here. That's more of a. I think that's more of an opinion thing. I think you probably have to say Justin is the best player at the moment. But definitely a case for First Killer. Definitely. Very good case. It's tough. Monkey Moon had 2 teammates. Did you see Monkey Moon's season? Did you see this guy's season? It's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. See, like, a lot of people think that just because BDS lost champs that they didn't have the most impressive season in RLCSX, but I think they definitely had the most impressive season. There's no question. They still had the best season. And I still think Monkey Moon's the best player. Just looks like the ideal player to either build a team around or to add to your team. Monkey Moon could replace anyone. He'd probably be able to fill their he'd be able to do what they do and be effective in that role. Perfect all-rounder. It is the most important tardy, but okay. Do you guys? This is like I can't add another. The button didn't let me do anything. I was gonna add another one and put Monkey Moon like up here and be like, well, here's what it was before championships. There wasn't even like close. Here's after championships. We bring him back down. The gap is closed. Okay, like before championships, I think I would probably have had something like, this or I don't know something similar. And actually, no, Alpha. Maybe Astral. He was looking pretty good. But then after champs, Justin shoots way up. I think Garrett goes up because Justin and Garrett were just so nuts at championships. They were so good. Okay, let's continue. J-Wiz, pretty sure he didn't do anything. Correct me if I'm wrong. Karma, I don't know if Karma had any results. Does she have any top 8s in RLCS or any like deep runs in grid? I don't think she did, so I think it has to be hard to gauge. I don't think she did. Krasix, they actually finished off pretty strong. So I'll put Krasix, I think, D. But yeah, somewhere around here. Put a lot of NA players together here in D. Kronovi, don't think he had any results, unfortunately. So it's another. We got the legends here: Kronovi, Karma, Jacob, Lion Blaze. He had results. We've got his teammate Freshness here. Now I think Lion Blaze was the best player on this team with Mexas and Freshness. So whenever there's like for J-Pie, Coxer, Alpha Cap, I can't really tell. I watch them play, like they all look like one game this guy's the best player, one game this guy's the best player. Lion Blaze I think was the best player throughout. I think he's quite similar to Relating Wave for me, just a very good like anchor player. And yeah, I think if you throw him in there with some players who are better in offense and just like outplaying people, yeah, you'd be very, very good. LJ, I rate LJ. I actually had him as a. I mean, where would you guys put LJ? I had him as a. Did I have him as honorable mention? in my top 25. I can't remember if I did, but I was definitely looking at him, and he was one of the options. So I'm probably gonna put LJB. Yeah, probably gonna put him around here. Then Luke. Did Luke have any results? He was benched from Freshness and Lion Blaze team. I don't think they got their best result with him, so I think I have to put him here. I think that their best result came later when they picked up Mektos, who surely has to go alongside Freshness. Because yeah, they're just teammates. Kind of speedrunning a few here to get to the interesting ones I know you guys all want to vote on. But Magic Bear. That's actually, I think Magic Bear is an interesting one. Where would you guys put Magic Bear? Magic Bear. And yeah, I think, are you guys all saying C? I would agree. I think I'd probably put him C as well. Head of Lion Blaze. Probably like here, I would say. And now Memory. Start of the season, I thought Memory was the best player for his team. End of the season, not anymore because Beast Mode exists. But I still think Memory was pretty good. Where do you guys think about Memory? Where do you think he should go? Because for me, I think Memory is B or C. It's either high C or low B. I think I'm leaning towards high C. Probably put him like at the honestly the very top of C, I would say. But yeah, what do you call it? Low B is also like, you know, kind of like LJ level is also like perfectly acceptable. Better than Gyro. I don't know. I really liked some of Gyro's performances, especially against Memory's team, eliminating them from the entire season. I think Gyro was very good in that season, in the most important series of their entire year. Because I think for FaZe, getting top 6 was kind of like, I think that was their goal. So getting into top 6 by beating their rivals, Gyro looked great in that series. So that was, I think, the most important series for them of the year. Mile, I don't think he had any notable results. Now we have Mist. Okay, Mist, guys. Where do you guys have Mist? Yeah, Mist is S. But where in S would you have him? Where in S? Would you have him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc.? Where would you put him? Man, you guys are like reading my mind here. You're like either reading my mind or you're just on the money. I was gonna put him here, funnily enough. I was gonna put him right behind Alpha. Before championships, I probably had Mist ahead of Extra. You know, Extra and Co clapped their way into the final, and they lost when they got there. Mist just got and Co just lost in the semis, so I'll probably bump him down a little bit. And then Alpha I had down in A. Now he's like shot up after champs because they did so well, and him in particular. Okay, Money. Has Money had any results? If Money's had a result, tell me it, because I don't know it. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Electric Rain, thanks 100 bits. Good night to you. Same with Monster 442. Who's Monster 442? Who are the players? What is going on? Musty. Okay, obviously Musty. I mean, I uploaded a game the other day where Musty literally beat Monkey Man in a ranked game, so what else is there to say? Ness, I think he's one of the Mexican players. Knight, don't know who that is. Maybe somebody changed their name to Knight. Oath, I don't think Oath had any results. Austin, for some reason, like a lot of NA players are hyping up Austin. I imagine that they're hyping up like the person Austin, because I don't think I've ever seen any results. So sorry, Austin. Hey, but people are really excited about Austin, in chat. So there's that. What's the result that Austin's had that I can put him higher? Tell me it. I will. Parth. Pretty sure no results. Parsi. Parth, are we in Skyrim? He won our LCS. Okay, great. Thank you guys. But yeah, Parsi, I've been really interested recently to see Parsi getting so much hype around him, because throughout the season, I was always more impressed with Magic Bear when I watched these guys play. But now, everybody is super hyped about him. I will admit, I didn't see a lot of Alpine towards the end of the year, so maybe he was like their only player who was like actually holding weight. And I will acknowledge that. But who's Parsi been linked to recently or picked up by? Xset. Did he play for the Xset team that lost to AJG and co? Did they already pick him up at that point? No, he didn't. He just joined. Who's the new Xset roster? Who did he replace? Oh, that was Gyro. And it all went wrong. Beta kept, credit loud kept, okay. But yeah, Parsi, I mean, stats don't lie. Well, yeah, I've seen his stats, but you know, there's really not that many games. Like, if you look at stats over like a whole, you know, like long time, then like a season or a split, for example, then yeah, but yeah, he's definitely consistent. So I'll acknowledge this. It was really weird though, because for me, Parsi just, he's one of those players, like, you know, sometimes you're seeing a player like absolutely pop off, and then you look at his stats, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. Parsi, I like must have missed all these games where he's popping off. But I'll put him around LJ because I rate LJ a lot, so we'll put Parsi right beside him. Calm above flame question mark at Johnny Boy. Yes, that is, you can't see where I put calm. Well, there's calm. I think I put flame in, here's flame. So there you go. Yeah, had to check. Parklet, no results. Rodoko, pretty sure no results, unless I'm mistaken. Did they get any results at all? I don't think they did. Okay, we got Rapid, Rattles, Raiseville, Rizzo, Rolled is. Okay, interesting names here. Okay, Rapid first of all. Where you guys got Rapid? Oh wait, Rodoko did get a top 4. That's right. They did get a top 4 once. Alright, we'll put him like maybe here. They really fell off though, so I don't know if I can justify. I don't know if I could justify D. They definitely had a worse season than Ghost, didn't they? As a team, and I don't think Rodoko ever like stood out as an individual too much on that squad. I think they were all kind of like contributing evenly, for the most part. So I'll probably put him in E. Let's split the French. Let's get some French disconnection. PK did good, but through. Yeah, by the end of the season, did they just like completely fall off? Or am I mixing that up with someone else? I feel like PK were that team who just kept getting round 1 in so many different events. Yeah, that's right. They didn't even make Regional 3. See, I knew there was stuff like this where they didn't even make regionals. Never mind, like, not making top 8s and stuff or top 16s. They were just not even in the regional. So, yeah, that's not too good. Okay, Rapid. We have Rapid's teammates Memory in B and Beast Mode in A. So, I think for most people, Rapid Memory are kind of like pretty close. But who would you have, chat? Rapid or Memory as the higher rated player? Rapid because of his voice. Okay, fair enough. Well, I would personally start a season memory, but I think now I'll put rapid higher. So I'm leaving it like this. Okay, rattles. I think this is a pretty easy one to guess, but where do you guys have rattles? I think this is pretty easy. A, yep. Obviously. The only question is above or below Arsenal. Yeah, a lot of people saying below. I would agree, but you know, Rattles has definitely transformed this team and made them into a real threat. And I know that he's a great asset for the squad, but you know, he's also a liability. I mean, what on earth is this? Well, this whole like debacle with like getting banned and stuff. I mean, how on earth does that happen? Come on, Rails. Come on, man. You can't be a liability like this. So I think gotta give Arsenal the edge there. How is G2 higher rated than SSG? Well, I've got 2 of G2 higher rated than 2 of SSG. And I've got the other G2 player here and the other SSG player's missing, so we'll have to find out, I guess. Okay, Raise Bull. I'm putting him next to his buddy, AJG. It's pretty hard to say other than this, but I think that these guys look pretty good. And you've got to show respect to teams and players who are able to do this kind of thing with cross-server. Okay, Rizzo, now listen, we're not rating the season as a whole, so I'm afraid I have to put Rizzo here. He's retired. Retired players go in hard to gauge. Now, if we're like, I've used this season's results and like more recent results to rank players who are active, but yeah, hard to gauge. Retired players, inactive players, and players with results or players with no results are hard to gauge. So Rizzo has to go hard to gauge. Roll days is interesting because he ended up being coached, then he got called back again to play, and then I think they had their best results when they got him back into play. So you know, you gotta respect that. Does that mean he goes into C? I don't think so. I don't think you could put Roll days into C, but I think D, yeah, probably throw him in here round about Andy. I think Andy's a very good player. Roll days also, so I'll put him in here. But yeah, high in the D tier. Seabass, I think we've had no results for him. Shadow, have there been any results for Shadow? I don't think there have either. Correct me if I'm wrong. Shad, going with his buddies here because it's inseparable for me. Sharp, I don't think he's had any results. Somebody's going to say he won CRL with T-Bates. To be fair, he did carry T-Bates to a CRL win. So even if CRL is free, he did carry T-Bates. So you've got to remember that. Shay, no results. Shock did get results. This is Roldo's teammate. So where would you guys put Shock relative to Roldo's? Seeing some B's and some C's for Shock. And I agree, it's between B and C. I might even go as far as to say Shock B. I think Shock's very good. Yeah. I'm gonna put Shock B, low B. I think Shock's very good. Skiz, no results. Sosa, he had results alongside Radoko. Where on earth did I put Radoko? I put Radoko here. Did Sosa have any results before joining Radoko? I think he did. Didn't he have results with Mektos and that? Taroko or something. And I think he was probably, for me, when this team was doing well, I think Sosa was a standout player. So I will acknowledge that with a higher rating. But yeah, they fell off so much. I think when they were doing well, I'd probably have Sosa C, maybe pushing B on a good day, but they fell off so bad. This team fell off horrendously. so we probably got to put him down to D because of this recently. And then yeah, Splashy, no results. Spider, Garrett probably doesn't even know who that is. Squishy, where do you guys have Squishy? I think this is going to be an interesting one, because I actually made the Fairy Peak comparison earlier. Everybody's saying Fairy Peak S, 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 S. And I think Squishy and Fairy had similar seasons in a lot of ways. Getting outshone by their teammates. But for some reason, everybody wants Fairy in S and Squishy in A. Which is weird to me. A lot of people even said B for Squishy, which I was surprised, because if you're looking at B, Chronic, Demensa, VK Salin, Tox, Itachi, like, there's no way that Squishy, current Squishy, should be amongst these names or these names. Like, come on. Obviously, he's going in A. But the question is, where does he go? Or where does he go in A? I think like pre-championships, I would probably have put him around about here, like low A. But after championships that they won, I might put him like here, next to the SSG boys. Yeah, passing by some people. I think he's on the mid-low A, I would say. Arsenal and Rattles both better. Well, I think, yeah, probably. Yeah, I think so. But not by much, as indicated by the fact that they're right next to each other. But yeah, I would think so. I mean, where would you guys put him? Who would you guys put him ahead of? He also got second at IWO. It's not really saying much for NA, because like the Canada qualifier was not the most stacked, and then the final event wasn't the most stacked either, because it was a bunch of South American teams on a million ping, and then USA. So obviously they got second, but I mean, if they didn't get second, it would be embarrassing. So yeah, I would. Okay, I wouldn't put Squishy probably as high as Fairy. No way. Don't think he can go past the Atomics. I really can't put him ahead of Arsenal. Well, we could split SSG's players like this. I think that's the highest. Actually, I know this will really annoy Rels. And this will really annoy Squishy. So it's a win-win. I mean, we're probably annoying somebody a lot with whatever we do here. So it doesn't really matter. Stealth, I don't think he had any notable results. Stokely, likewise. Sipical. Okay, I've called Sipical overrated, because I think he is. People think, whenever people talk about Sipical, they still think it's like whatever season he got MVP of. And it isn't. It's RLCS Season X, and for the most part, he's been overrated. But I still think he's the best player in his team recently, so gotta put him in ahead of his teammates, for sure. And I think he's better than Atomic as well, who fell off at the end of the season. And I would also put him above Fairy Peak and the G2 boys now, these days. Although this is actually, I think this is fine as well. It's pretty close. I wouldn't put him ahead of AJ. He's pretty close to the G2 guys for me now, because he did finish off the season very well. I was impressed with Sipical at championships. Yeah, I was also impressed with JNAPS in Chicago at championships, and I had them all pretty close going in. Whoops, I lost someone. So I might leave it like this. Actually, I think he might go here. I moved Fairy Peak by accident somehow. Not sure how I managed that. I'll probably do this, I think. Okay. G2 SSG rankings make no sense. Well, I think they do, actually. Make quite a lot of sense. Because G2 looked a lot better against NRG than SSG did. So, probably right now the teams are pretty close. Probably pretty close right now. But I did rank Drees a lot higher. I think like if we're looking at purely results and numbers, Freeze would probably be C. But I put him higher because, you know, being able to do this with all the pressure that's on him, just coming fresh into the scene when you just dinged 15 as a US West player, that's incredible. So you gotta, like, if he's able to do that with all that going against him, I think you gotta take that into account. Archie, what kind of logic is this? Nah, I'm not hating on Typical, I'm just saying he's overrated. A lot of people still talk about Typical like he's a top 5 player or something, but I don't think he's been at the level of S tier this season. I don't think he has to be. Like, Arsenal, Squishy, they don't need a big, like, carry in their team. They're fine. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't put him up here at the moment. I think he's kind of like, for me, I mean, yeah, he's level of these guys. He's not the level of Justin, First Killer, Garrett, Mist. We're looking at the NA players in the top. Well, we got Mawkzy, obviously. Justin, First Killer, Garrett, Mist. Then the next 4 S player or NA players are AJ, JNaps, Chicago, Typical. I put Typical in this like category right now. He's not like Justin, Garrett, First Killer, and Mist this season. Honestly, another level for NA. That's why I've got them in another level. But this is just my opinion, of course. Okay, Taroko. Gonna try and move him up here. Incredibly heavy circle. But where do you guys have Taroko? I probably have him around... Probably around here for me is Taroko. It's like towards the top end of B, I'll say. Sleeping on Musty? Yeah, I know. T Corral. T Corral's an interesting one. What do you guys think about T Corral? I think he has to go in D. I don't think T Corral can go C. I don't think he can. Either if he's C, he's low C, but does T Corral go above Gimmick, Steak Samway, Yukio? I don't know if he does. I think he probably goes with Andy and Roldays. I kind of have him around about Roldays level. Looked like a similar contribution. But yeah, I think like for me, Shock was the standout player in this team. Honestly, it wasn't like a Shock and T Corral trying to carry Roldays affair. I think it was just Shock being very, very, very good, and T Corral Roldays being passable in this squad for me. But yeah, maybe that's just because I'm impressed with Shock more. Right, we got some more players. I don't think this is a player who's had results. I might be wrong. We got Toasty. I mean, obviously we have to rank him higher than his teammate Krazix, because Toasty did funny interviews, so we have to take that into account. Where on earth did I rank Krazix? Oh, I ranked him here. Yeah, I'll probably put Toasty in this. Put him around about Lion Blaze. So he's got very good interviews. Epic Toasty. Tool, pretty sure he had no results. Torment. So I had Gimmick in the bottom of C, Calm in the top of C. I want to put like Torment next to Calm. I think this is for me. I think Calm is their best player, but you know, I do acknowledge that Torment is probably the player who's easier to play with and more consistent. So I think that I'll put him up here. Tristan. Interesting player, Tristan. Because he won CRL, so obviously that means he's S, because, you know, he's a champion. Or so I'm told. I think he won CRL. But, yeah, what do you guys think about Tristan? CRL Justin. I think it's probably got to be E. Because, like, if we're just looking at results, it's probably got to be E, right? think it's just gotta be. But yeah, not a lot of RLCS results, exactly. Yeah, so, you know, basing this off results, gotta probably go with the E. Definitely not hard to gauge though, you know. And yeah, the top 10 grid rating is peak. Interesting, interesting. So yeah, this is kind of like Tadpole won a grid, Calyx won a grid. You know, this guy won an IWO qual. It's like guys who've done something, but it's not like anything too crazy. So it's probably where Tristan's got to go, results based. Oh, we got some interesting ones. I'm gonna chuck like expert, Ty, and as Tivar. I don't think Tivar's done anything. Has Tivar done anything? I don't think he did. Well, Dead Monster didn't win the closed qualifier, but his team did win the first open qual, which is almost more impressive than winning the closed qual, because you have to go through more teams. But they're both impressive. I mean, I rate that qualifier because of how stacked it was. The US West qualifier was ridiculous, so that's why I'm actually taking this as a point for Dead Monster, you know. And also for Coxer and Arju, because that qual was ridiculous. Yeah, I know Catalysm twice, that's why I've got him down here, because I didn't want to put the second one in. Okay, Turbo Pulsa. So we'll leave Turbo for last. Let's do ZPS first. We had his teammates. Where are his teammates? Oh, there's Rodoko. Rodoko's over here. I think Sosa is here. So the only question is, does ZPS go in D with Sosa or an E with ZPS? Or E with Rodoko, I mean. I think honestly it's gotta be a ZPS, I think. It's gotta be. A ZPS, or it's gotta be with Rodoko. I keep getting them mixed up. But yeah, ZPS is the best name in the entire RLCS, Zombie Poop Shark, but that alone is not sufficient to separate him from Rodoko. They belong together. We got Wanda Mike. Interesting one. Because, yeah, he looked like he was carrying, honestly, United. Then they got rid of him, or he left. I'm not sure which it was. And since then, I don't know if he's done anything. Has he had any has Wanda Mike done any has he had any results since then? Because, yeah, Wanda Mike, I mean, it's pretty hard to gauge if he's not had any results. I rate him, but you know, me rating a player is not enough. He does grind Twitch, but yeah, he didn't get a new team. So that's exactly what hard to gauge is for. It's for retired players, players with no results, and players who are inactive. He won an IWO qual. Did he win the first one or the second one? Did he win the first NA qualifier or the second NA qualifier? I think he won the second one. I don't think this winning a second NA qualifier is that impressive, because First Killer and Garrett aren't in it anymore. You didn't beat First Killer and Garrett. Who did he beat? Who did he beat in that second qual? Maybe he beat somebody. What's the best team he beat in the second qual? Did he beat any notable teams? Beat Oxygen. Hey, why didn't you say so? Well, there you go. We'll chuck him in next to Dead Monster, who also won an IWO qualifier. There we go. Perfect. I'm actually so glad. Alright. If there's any results for any of these players, please tell me. I don't know. Turinturo and Turbo, two very interesting players. Where do you guys have Turinturo? His teammates are First Killer in S and Taroko in B. But yeah, everybody's saying C or D. Nachitai won an Ice Cactus. Who did he beat though? Is there anybody noteworthy in the Ice Cactus that he won? And was it a monthly or a weekly? Or was it weekly? I don't know if we should really care. Yeah, you gotta think. Does Turinturo belong with Memory, Shock, Rapid? I don't think so. Personally, I don't think he's an LJ, Rapid, Shock, Memory. I think he's probably more of a high C, I would say. I think it's a high C. Yeah, Divo, Illusion, Turinturo, Comp. Yeah, he belongs here. Right about there. Yeah, you can make an argument for mid-C, but I think they gotta be higher than Alpha Cat, Coxer, J-Pow, and such. And then we got Turbo Pulsa. Hard to gauge, but he's not going in hard to gauge. But where do you put Turbo? The reason Turbo's hard to gauge is because he has the winner mentality, the winning factor, but then he also lost championships, and they didn't look great. And I've taken Mist from probably top 4 to what is he at now, 8th, and I took Atomic from top of A to around about here. So I'll probably have to say Turbo is now. I mean, I still probably got to put him in A. Even though, even though they didn't do well in champs, I think he's still probably got to go A. Team was so good. I mean, NRG, Envy, and SSG just did so well throughout the season. I mean, you gotta look who's in B. If we're putting Turbo in B, does he go lower than Gyro, Taroko, Cassio, Itachi, Tox? No shot. Like Demensa, VK Silla, nah. Chausette, nope. Chronic, the Chronic, like you just keep going. You're like, the first player that I reached that you could maybe make a case for having currently a better rank than Turbo is Dries. But I wouldn't say that, or Tho, so I'll probably put him right about here. So I'll stop at that though. I'll right now I might leave beast mode over him because they did finish poorly, but you could also have this. This is fair. I think this is maybe this is the best version. And I think that's it. Have we done it? Wow, we actually did it, boys. Yeah, before people get too tilted, we'll put Mawkzy where he, of course, has to go because he's hard to gauge. Inspector, thanks for getting this up to Buffalo. Yeah, I'll rank the first column. I think this is my rank. Monkey Moon, Justin, First Killer, Garrett, Extra, Alpha, Mist, Astral, Archie. I think that's my top. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 NA, 5 EU, but 3 of the top 4 NA, so pretty stacked for both. Then yeah, Kaydop, Mark, AJ, JNAP, Chicago, Typical. I kind of like that order. Fairy, both the Atomics, of course, Arsenal, Squishy, Rattles, Nolly, Turbo, Beast Mode, so this is the one that you could maybe put into B, because if you're looking at just seasonal value and name value, probably EXO belongs top B next to this list of names rather than this list of names. So since bottom A, top B are kind of close, I'll probably put him here just for ease of reading. Yeah, these guys are all EXO did very well on 2 different teams, so I really rate that in a player. Probably the best player on 2 different teams. We both went competitive for top 8s. Then Tho, obviously, very consistent. Dries, unbelievable first season. A Chronic, crazy breakout performances in the 3rd split. Ronicky, I mean, just doesn't make sense that he's able to do what he does with his team performing so badly. And with Speed missing so many open nets. I mean, this guy cleans up so many of Speed's quote-unquote passes. Yeah, I kind of like this. I'd probably maybe change these guys now that I think about it a bit more. But it's pretty close, so yeah, I'll do that. Thoughts on FK to phase over G2? I don't know anything about this. People keep talking about it. I've not heard this, but I mean, sounds pretty good. First Killer, AJ Illusion. Man, imagine being Illusion. You just get to play with 2 mechanical masterminds. That'd be nice. So I'm probably gonna put Cassio above Tox as well because of this. Yeah, I kind of like my list. What do you guys think? Who's ranked too low on this list? Mussy, Sipical, Torment. Everybody always says Sipical, but I don't see it recently. I just don't. But yeah, I'll show you. This is the highest I can place Sip, since I know everybody wants Sipical higher. That's the highest I can put him. I can't put him above AJ, I don't think. I really don't think I could do that. Or Mark or Kaydop right now. With how well these guys played as well. I mean, these guys are all complete monsters. This is so stacked. S and A are so ridiculously stacked. It's crazy. And then, yeah, I kind of like this. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Rattles and Squishy interchangeable. I was kind of like messing around with this earlier. I'd probably have it like this, realistically. Fairy belongs above Jane Apps in Chicago. I don't know, they're all very close for me. They're all very close. Yeah, even going into B, it's still like nutty players. It's still so crazy how stacked it is. Super, super stacked. Why is AJ so high? Because he's really good. He's really good at Rocket League. He was the best player in his team. We finished 6th in the season. I think honestly AJ could go higher in the future. It's crazy. Do you think with this tier list, a full team of players from B could beat a full team of players from A? Okay, if I was picking a full team from B to beat a full team from A, okay, we gotta pick like the full true neutral roster because they're all in there and they've got the synergy. So let's just pick true neutral, and then they are gonna beat. Okay, if you guys were picking a team from A who are gonna lose to true neutral, it would need to have Rattles in it because Rattles was garbage when he played in a pickup team against Guild. So we're definitely picking Rattles to lose to true neutral. We're probably going to put Squishy in there as well, so I don't think that they would play very well together. And then maybe throw in Turbo Pulsar, because I think he would just wheeze the whole time and not take it seriously. Maybe Rattles, Turbo, Squishy would lose to true neutral. But we're picking a team specifically to lose, you know. That could lose, yeah, for sure. Wick, thanks for 500 bits, man. Tournament of 8 teams based of just S and A players. What team do you think could take on any other combo? I mean, the absolute dream team here would probably be Monkey Moon, Garrett G, Extra or Justin. Just wonder as long as you have Monkey Moon and Garrett G, because what Monkey Moon and Garrett G both do is they're both super well. They make their teammates look good because they're both so super like consistent and good at everything. And everybody loves playing with them, so you know that they're going to be easy to play with. And then you just throw in Justin, either to have like Garrett and Monkey sit back and let Justin just do his thing, or you could pick Extra and then let Garrett or Monkey Moon try and be that guy. But I would personally go Monkey Moon, Justin, Garrett as the dream team from this, because Garrett and Justin have the synergy already. If I'm not allowed to pick Garrett and Justin because they're teammates, I would go Monkey Moon, First Killer, Garrett, because First Killer could do what Justin does almost to the same level. Wouldn't have the synergy that Garrett and Justin have, but if I'm not allowed to pick Justin, I'll probably go First Killer. So yeah, just literally my top 3. Like there's a lot of people in Rocket League who which is why Garrett belongs above First Killer. Not necessarily. It doesn't always work like that. I mean, when you're picking a dream team, you don't always pick the best players on paper. You pick the best players for each other. And that's obviously a factor of being a good player. But if the players around you are enabling you and you're just the best player, then yeah, that works as well. When everyone is peaking, Justin is number one. He's one of the players who can just go God mode. I mean, there's a lot of other players like that. You know, Astral and Alpha 54 come to mind. When those guys are peaking, I mean, they look like they're on Justin's level. Some of the stuff I've seen from Astral is just crazy. How's Dig gonna play? First RLCS team with 3 ones players. They're gonna be fine. Well, there's always really, it's interesting for me to see how many people doubt mechanical players. Like see when Squishy joined NRG, for example. When Squishy left Cloud9 to join NRG, so many people were saying this isn't gonna work because Squishy is just not gonna fit well with this team because I've analyzed the play styles and yeah, they're just not gonna synergize. And I'm sitting at home reading these comments like, what are these people thinking? What exactly do they think is gonna happen? They're just gonna drive into each other? What? I don't get it. Like people assume that when you put 2 mechanical players into the team, they're gonna go for the same stuff. It's the dumbest takes I've ever heard. Like, what do people think mechanics let you do? They just let you recover faster and be more efficient and be more effective with the ball. It's the dumbest argument ever. You can't have 3 mechanical players in the same team. You need too much mechanics. They're just going to get in each other's way. I'm like, no, they're not. It's the opposite. Mechanics help you get out of your teammate's way. So, I'm a fan of throwing 3 mechanical players into the same team. Yeah, sure. Why not? 3v3 is pretty much all mechanics anyway. Like, there's not that much strategy to 3s. At least, well, there is strategy, but compared to the amount of mechanics, it's very minimal. Like, it's pretty much like the mechanical teams win these days. Teams who can be mechanical on the day win. And teams who choke under the pressure, obviously their mechanics take a huge hit. And they mess things up. Like when you see mistakes, it's usually a mechanical mistake, not a mistake like, oh, that guy just made a bad decision. Sometimes you see bad decisions, but it's usually mechanics that crumble under pressure. Jay Salerno, thanks for the 8-month Prime. Welcome to the channel. Also the mic server, the tier 1. Welcome. Somebody asked, I've lost the comment, but somebody said if I had to pick a dream team out of hard to gauge, who would it be? That's a good question. So let's think about who would I pick in hard to gauge as a hard to gauge dream team. Let's think. Mawkzy, obviously, of course, yeah, of course. I'll move the players to the top left who I think have potential. Sorry, Mawkzy. He's got potential, but not as much as Luis and Forky do. And J-Bot. Billy. I think J-Bot, Luis, and Forky all have more potential than Billy, I'll be honest. Problem about Forky is that I think he probably just would, like, never show up for anything. He just wouldn't show up. Oh wait, is Mile in here? I forgot about Mile. Yeah, since Forky always sleeps through everything, let's go Mile, J-Bot, Luis, because they might actually be able to get some practice in. There's no way Forky's going to get some practice. He's never going to be online. Yeah. I think that's got to be the 3. Those 3. Oh wait, Chronic's in here as well? Oh, J-Bot, I'm sorry, man. You just got ousted. You usurped. Mile, Luis, Chronic. There's your potential dream team. Stokely and Mile had a decent event. True. Forky missed the E-Date. I heard about that. I didn't watch. Did any of you watch Arsenal's E-Date event? Was it good? Dream team for the other ranks? Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. How does Forky sleep through all stuff when he seems to want to get good really badly? Because he hasn't learned how to set an alarm on his phone yet. Or like a calendar. Or I don't know, any other way of reminding yourself. He just assumes like, oh yeah, I'll do that. And then he forgets. Like he hasn't actually taken the steps to automate the reminder effect. It's so funny when people say like, oh, Johnny just overrates ones players. Like, did you guys realize how many ones players have dominated threes? It's about like half or more of like half or more of all RLCSX RLCS champions have been ones players at some point. Like one of the best ones players. Anyway, we're doing Dream Team, so we did Dream Team from S as Monkey Moon. If I'm not allowed to pick players from the same team, I'll say Monkey Moon, Garrett, First Killer. Dream Team from A is... I'm going to say J-Naps, Fairy Peak, and... Do we go AJ? Probably AJ J-Naps Fairy Peak for A. Then B, we're gonna go for I can pick a Chronic and Ronicky, so I will. Chronic, Ronicky. We go for AppJack actually. Maybe we don't want to pick a Ronicky. Let's say Drees, a Chronic, and AppJack instead of Ronicky. We're gonna need some defense in here. We need Jack for the defense. Jack and Drees, and let Chronic just go crazy. Hold it down. I just realized when I said it, Chronic and Ronicky, I was like, do we need this much in an attack? Maybe we do. Maybe not. For C, Dream Team is gonna be Oli. Probably Oli, Cash, Khalid. Yeah. That would be a pretty good team. That's a pretty scary team, actually. Then for D, you probably want to grab... So you gotta grab Scrub just to see what on earth happens. Scrub, probably Andy, and... Oh, it's pretty tough, actually. Man, imagine Scrub and Roldos playing together. Andy, Scrub, and Roldos. That would be hilarious. I kind of like the sound of that, actually. And then for E, we got to go for Speed, our main man. He's got the assists, so we're going to get Speed in. He's going to pass the ball more than anyone else in the entire scene. Maybe throw in a Dead Monster, because I think Dead Monster is sick. Speed, Dead Monster. And now we need somebody for Speed to pass the ball to. Who's it going to be? Somebody to clean up Speed's open net misses when he hits the bar. Exactly. Maybe Melashisu could be that guy. Alright, Wonder Mike would be pretty hype as well, actually. What about Speed to Wonder Mike, the combo? Yeah. That sounds pretty good, actually. Speed passes to Wonder Mike. Dead Monster holds it down in defense. That's a team. Make it happen. Wonder Mike, come to Europe. Jed Jungle, thanks to the 4-month Prime. Welcome back to the channel. Kazar with 61 months of full month subscription. That is absolutely crazy. I really appreciate it, man. And yeah, I think that's all. So yeah, anybody got any other questions about this or any other comments you want to make before I head off for the night? This took so long, but we finished it. We finished finally. So I'm probably gonna look for somebody to raid and head off 'cause it's 5 a.m. When Mike just started streaming, he's practicing before he goes to Europe. Oh no. What I think about K-Corp, I'm excited. I think they're all great. I rate them. I think they're gonna do well. One to Mikeboy, yeah. Why do I think AppJack's better than Jory's and 3's consistency? Can it say on there? I don't think so. I don't think he's on this. I just used a tier list somebody else had made. I just copied it. Did I give my thoughts on speed? I gave too many thoughts on speed. I'm not going to continue talking about speed. I think he's gone. So, can't even talk about speed anymore. Yeah, that was fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's always fun to do these tier lists. Just, I mean, shouldn't even have to say it, but a reminder that these are all just, you know, memes and opinions. And I love when people do stuff like this because it creates discussion and gets people talking about the scene and about the pro scene, especially in the off season. Just you know, get discussion going. Good way to remember and catch up on a lot of like transfers and movements that players are making and stuff like that. But yeah, I probably got a few of these wrong. Obviously, I mean, I messed up. Speed's A tier, S tier minimum, so you'll live and learn. But yeah, we'll see. What are you guys saying? I reckon out of all the lists I've seen, mine's best by far. I'm just gonna be completely honest and humble about it. So nothing else to say. Any news in the event Thursday? Oh, that's right. So if I don't stream tomorrow, I might not be streaming tomorrow. I'm pretty busy. Then the next time I'll be streaming will be the next time I'm definitely streaming will be on Thursday. Which is going to be, we're going to be live with games at 5 p.m. my time, which is British summertime, British, or will be noon Eastern USA time. I know probably most of you guys are American if you're watching at this hour. So if you want to tune in on Thursday, that'll be a big best of one, winner takes all, single elimination 1v1 event. It's going to be pretty sick. The lineup has been posted on my Twitter. And also the exact time for the bracket draw and round 1 start are also posted on Twitter. So yeah, follow me on Twitter if you want to catch that. Thank you, King Spectre, for linking it. Random seeding? No, the seeding will definitely not be random. It will be pooled. So players will be put into pools of 4 players in each pool. So the best 4 players will be pool A. The next best 4 players will be pool B, and so on. And I'm doing it like that on the day because if somebody doesn't show up, then we're going to do a bracket draw at that time, and the round 1 bye will go to one of the top seeds, not to a random who got lucky because their opponent didn't show up. So that's why I'm doing the bracket draw live, because I'm assuming that there's a chance somebody doesn't show up, as usual. But we'll see. Who's my money on? I'm going to say Jack. It's hard to bet against Jack in this kind of format. Hard to bet against Jack because he's pretty good at being undefeated at times. If he gets in the zone, he could just go undefeated. Whereas, you know, his main rivals are Khalid and Joryas. Joryas and Khalid. Well, Khalid recently and Joryas historically drop games randomly. Like sometimes Joryas will just drop a game randomly and then completely stomp somebody for the rest of a series. So I've never seen Joryas go completely undefeated like Jack does and just go on big streaks like this. So I've got to think Jack is the favorite. Probably Khalid second favorite. The reason I'm putting Jack ahead of him, even though Khalid recently beat Jack, is because Jack had that record against him in ranked recently. Like he can just go, you know, beat Khalid a lot. I think Khalid got a better of him in that one day, but Jack could he could definitely get his revenge. He switched to the Octane now as well, so who knows? Maybe that switched the matchup up again. Looking forward to it though. That's this Star Safe. Follow me on Twitter if you want to, or head over to my Twitter if you want to see the info for the event. You're not gonna want to miss it. It's gonna be hype. But yeah, that's everything for today, guys. And thanks for watching as always. It's been fun. Hopefully nobody's too salty about the about all the ranks. Except Speed, obviously. Hopefully he's salty.